So this week's going to be routines and gambits. Last week we were kind of going through the whole structure of the human courtship, from meeting the woman all the way to beginning a sexual relationship.
In, out, and out.
What was that?
Just a Clockwork Orange reference, in, out, and out.
In and out.
You ever see the Clockwork Orange? In, out, eh?
No, I'm socially inept. I haven't seen that movie yet. But it's on my list. I swear to God I'm going to see it. So basically we're going to kind of, we got a lot of altitude last week and zoomed out from the whole process. Now we're going to start zooming into the attraction phase and the comfort phase. And these are going to be some specific routines that they do in the community to, a routine is like
Sorry,
a gambit.
you can't see from here.
Oh.
Oh, amazing enough. Sorry.
A routine is like a gambit or a pattern or some kind of personality display routine.
You're solid, dude.
I'm not good. Alright. Well, I'll try my best.
If you could you move the chair over there? Would that be a problem in the back?
I'm going to be using that in a second, but we can move it out of the way. You good with that?
You're not in the way. You're way over there. He's not the chair. Very good, thanks.
There we
Cool.
go.
Alright, cool. Can you see now?
Appreciate it.
So,
see now.
remember what I was talking about last week when I was saying like you can embed certain demonstrations of higher value in your speech? When I'm talking, I'm not walking up to the girl directly and saying like, hey, I'm the tribal leader. I'm the leader of men here, all right? So bow down. I'm more saying it subtly, saying, you know, my friend Sarah's a go-go dancer, and this time, you know, she slipped on this rock, and I had to help her with her sprained ankle. I'm secretly conveying that I'm a protector of loved ones, leader of men, and so we're going to go deeper into that kind of thing, right? Let's see. And then there's openers as well. Go off on that for a second.
Yeah, well, openers, they come in a lot of a variety, and so basically you can either go direct, like what he likes to do, and some people like to enjoy that, you know. For me, personally, I like to kind of diverse everything. Like I even like to mix a few like opinion ones and direct at the same time, and just kind of keep the conversation kind of flowing in my own frame. Now the frame is what you kind of hold the possession, okay, of the conversation. Okay, you're not letting that go at any time. So when you actually open with an opener, it has to some sort of demonstrate a question or an opinion of something that's going to get her respond, rather than the typical normal man would come up and approach a woman and would say something boring. You know, I'm not trying to like, you know, I mean, that does happen into an effect, but more than likely, you guys don't want to, what I learned is not to stay away, is to stay away, not to stay away from all the typical type of questions that mainly 99% of men actually.
The whole interview routine.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to back me up on this,
I'm just throwing it in there.
But you know, where are you from? What do you do? Or, you know, how long have you lived here? These are the type of questions that they hear all the time. They don't have time for that. They can't be friends with 700 people that they meet in a week. It's just impossible.
So we want to stand out. We want to do something different. We want to be unique.
So these why when we create routines, we create different. We're being different. We're thinking outside the box. We're actually doing things outside our comfort zone.
A lot of the ones that I'm going to put on here are all stock, but they're like training wheels in a way. You would learn that routine, and then you go out and practice it, and once you get used to the reaction of it, when I start doing the 5 questions here on this girl, and I see how good the results actually keep coming back, then I can go ahead and start making my own routines to convey my own personality. Right? That's what I'm saying? A cold reading is, anybody know anything about this? Yeah. This is like when you make a judgment or an assumption about a person. I walk up and I say, you know what? You look like trouble, right? I'm kind of making an assumption about him. Now he could agree with it or disagree with it. But if I walk up to 2 girls and I say, you look like the good one, you look like the bad one, right? They're gonna look at each other, they're gonna laugh, and this is gonna engage the interaction, right? So it's like a little cold read. Cold reading can go into, then you might be like, can I see your palm? You might go into some palm reading routine, something like that. So you can further that.
That is See, there's certain key points that, as us men, we know that automatic flip the switch. Like, you have no idea. Like, palm reading is a great tool to know. But, I mean, if you're really good at it, then it makes it even better. You know what I'm saying? But you can't come off as a script. Because routines, yes, they're fun, they're good, but you have to embed that information and you have to make it your own personality. Okay? You can't, these to me right here, routines, are a great way for you to think outside the box. But not only that though, you have to make it your own personality.
Right.
You can't
You don't want to like
come across
memorize
as like
it
an actor.
line for line. You want to be able to
Because
improv.
basically, these are like you're acting. I mean, if you ever practice in front of a mirror, or politicians, they speak in many huge groups of people, and they go over their routines, they go over their structure. It's all about communication and public speaking and things like that. Is what we're trying to get at. But you need to make it your own specific identity and purpose of you as an individual, because otherwise she's going to see past that and she's going to come across as like you might be fake or something like that. So you have to be careful of what type of routines that you use. You need to pick the certain ones that kind of relate to you. And what's even better, when you get to that level, you create your own type of natural routines as yourself. And that's the most rewarding thing you can do, because you're actually changing, for one, but you're also finding more deeper levels about yourself and who you are and what you're capable of.
Or you end up looking like the kids at the Christmas pageant.
And also, the type of talents
Hello
and
there.
passion that you possess, basically. So,
Carrie,
it can go as far as you want to take it.
You can kind of like look into her
Sorry, guys,
personality
I got a little
and see where it's gonna
emotional
go.
right there a little bit, but
I might walk up to her and be like she might have some kind of weird necklace, right? And I can see let me see that. Oh, you must be like a very spiritual person. And if that's my bait, right? Now if she hooks and she says, "How did you guess?" Right? Because I'm just making a cold read on it. And then I would be like, "Let me see your palm," and then I can kind of go from there into some routine, right? So that's how we're putting this all together.
But this
Piece by
right
piece.
here, fellas, is practice. This is where you start. Okay? It's just like, I'm a DJ. Where did I start? I started from the right turntables, okay? And that is where the original DJ started, was turntables. You got to ancient back to the founding of where it all started. And so these type of routines that are thrown at you, they might be off the wall. I mean, I have a list right here, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? What the F? What the ta-ta? And you're like, I can never say this to a woman. That will never work. But I guarantee you
Yeah, these
this
are
right here,
field tested.
this will work. If you're confident enough, and you can play the part.
So we're going to the first one right here is the masturbate in the shower routine. Have you guys heard this before?
Yeah.
97% things.
Great.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, what does the other 7% do?
So this is one you can
We're
just
doing
kind
a
of.
cold read right here. You must be one of that.
7%,
Yeah.
This is something you can throw in the middle of a conversation. You have it queued up in your head. You're out of coffee and blah blah blah. She's talking about what kind of music she likes, and now you can kind of cut that thread and get on to something more interesting. And just kind of lean back, and you might say something like, "Did you know 93% of girls masturbate in the shower? The other 7% sing. Did you know what they sing?" And she's like, "No." You're like, "Oh, you must be one of the ones that masturbate then." And she busts up and laughing, and it's just something you can kind of throw in the conversation.
It's
Keep it
like
fun and playful, right?
It's a whole new different aspect of what normally. See, when you ask those type of boring questions, when I refrained earlier, it kind of shuts off her circuitry for one, but it doesn't really go anywhere, because basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to find a commonality between the two of you.
Yeah, and it's getting her to talk.
Get that. Oh my God! Oh yes! Finally, I found something to roll off of, or things like that. But to me, I like to be playful, funny, and
Just keep it fun and playful. The more she's laughing, the more endorphins and oxytocin you're pumping into her brain. you're like her drug dealer in a way. You keep having her.
And that's where the
Keep-
attraction.
keep it-
that's where
keeping
the
you in the arm,
attraction
right?
really plays a part right there. Is
So,
that she is fun to be around you, and she likes to be around you, and so obviously she's attracted to you.
The next one is the ESP routine. This is where I can walk up and say, "Hey, do you believe in ESP?"
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna test her. Like ESP is the can I read her mind, right? So I'm gonna say something like, all right, pick a number between 1 and 4. Now don't say it. But what I'm doing right there is I'm saying between 1 and 4, and I'm snapping on 3, and then I give her the 3 right there, and then I'm gonna kind of hit her right there. Don't say it, and then I'm gonna turn to my friend and say, hey, are we still going out next
Kung
week?
Fu move.
Was it 3?
You guys should know.
Now, she has a 90% chance of choosing between 1 and 4 is 3. Because, like, that's just what most people would think. And then, if she says 2 or she says another number, then you're like, oh, see, that ESP doesn't even work. And you believe in ESP. I can't even roll with you. Anyway.
Now,
and
guys,
you
but
idle.
even though, though, okay, there are times where it's not going to work. Now, that's just the nature of the beast. And this is,
And it's
see,
cool if it doesn't work.
this
Because you
is-
just
this-
throw the little
see,
net
that's
in
what I'm
it.
saying. I'm glad you guys are around, and I'm glad you guys keep on coming, because this is some serious business that what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough. Believe it or not, it's tough. It's tough, the work that we've made and the work that we're providing for you people out here. But I mean, this stuff right here, it works.
So check this out. I want to go back on that. So like after you got the first one, she's gonna say 3. Oh my God, let's try that again. Then you're gonna do it again. Between 1 and 10, you're gonna snap on 7. And then what is it? She's gonna say 7. Oh my God, and like she's gonna feel this crazy connection with you. You're like, oh, you're pretty cool. Then she'll say, okay, let's do it again. You say, oh no, next one's gonna cost you. Maybe if you're a good girl, we'll do it later, and then you sketch with a new routine, right? Because you don't want to be the dancing monkey, because otherwise she's gonna keep saying, oh, do this. Oh shit, can you do that dance move again?
Yeah.
Hey.
Dancing monkey.
Yeah.
Do you guys see how good he is, though? Look how he is portraying. Like, he's just talking, you know, but
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Flattered. But you know what I mean, though. It's not even a routine anymore. It became a part of him. That's what I'm trying to get at.
After you take that, you can take that anywhere you want. After that, she's gonna be engaged in the conversation, and you can just kind of shut her off and go off. You've already given her an IOI, like I'm already playing with her, or I can go into the next routine after that. But she's gonna do it again. No, I can't do it. Maybe later, you know, if you're a good girl. But anyway, get this. There was a fight outside. Check this out, and you go into that, right? Let's see. The 5 questions game. This one's really cool, and it will get you a lot of drinks at the bar. You walk up to her and be like, hey, have you ever played the 5 questions game?
No.
No? Alright, check this out. How about we place a little wager? I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, and if you win this game, I'll buy you a drink. And if I win it, you give me a drink. Fair?
Sure.
So what this game is like you're gonna tell her, okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, and the answer has to be a lie. Like if I ask you what color is the sky, you have to say it's green, right, for you to win it. So I'm gonna ask you 5, right? So I would go up and I'd say like, okay, what color is the sky?
Green.
Okay, am I standing or sitting?
You are up in the sky.
Okay, how many fingers am I holding up?
8.
All right, wait. What number are we on?
3.
Have you played this game before?
No.
Yeah, he got it. He's done it before. So usually, like on 4, you'll say like, "Wait a minute, what number are we on?" And they're usually prompted to say like, "Oh, we're on 4," and then you're like, "Ooh, I got you." But if she wins that one, then you come back and you say, "Wait, have you played this before?" And she's like, "No," and you're like, "Ah, I got
And a
you."
yes or no is you win no matter what anyway, so the game's kind of like you win regardless.
Yeah, and either way, if you lose, then you buy her a drink, and that still buys you a drink. Usually buys you about like 5 to 8 minutes to convey enough personality, conveying material to get to the next little segment. So I'm saying, they're still going to win. You're still either going to keep her there, or you're going to get the free drink. You can take it from there.
Yeah, I like that 5 questions. That's good.
That's fun. I've had some good success with that. Strawberry Field, which sounds kind of cool. So this is where I can walk up to the girl. Anyone want to volunteer for this? Anyone who's not done this
Shit,
before?
I'll be the guinea pig.
Oh shit, give this guy a chair.
I'll buy you a chair.
Yeah. So you're gonna say something when you're sitting there, you're like, most guys, like you said, are all sitting there saying like, hey, so what kind of music do you like? Oh wow, bullshit like that. And so I'm gonna say, I'm gonna pull her back, and first I'm gonna say something like, let's say we just met in the club, and I walk up, I'm like, what are you drinking on? She opens her mouth, she starts running her mouth, and I'm like, I can't hear you, come over here. I'm gonna pull her back by the bar, and then I'm gonna say, check this out. Have you ever played Fuck, Marry, Kill?
I love that one.
No, I never heard of it.
No? Alright, I want you to pick 3 guys in the club. One you fuck, one you marry, and one you kill. And then she's gonna either say something like, okay, fuck him, marry him, kill him. Or she'll point at me and she'll say, okay, I fuck you, I marry him, and then I'll say something like, oh, that's the best compliment I've got all week. Are you a good kisser? Bam, and then close it. And that works great. But then I'll go into something like, if it doesn't close right there, then I can come back and I'll be like, hey, have you ever played Strawberry Fields?
No.
Alright, it's a fun game. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions, and it's gonna say a lot about your personality. Stuff about you that you might not even know about yourself. Check this out. Do you like strawberries?
Yes.
Alright. So, I want you to imagine there's a strawberry field. But to get through it, there's a fence right there. But you gotta get over the fence. How tall is that fence?
Well, in strawberry fields, they don't have any fences in any strawberry fields. I grew up next to a strawberry field.
This is his male logical mind kicking in right
If
there.
there was one, damn it.
It's barbed wire. It's about 3 feet
Holy shit.
for the cows.
Barbed wire? Wow. That's pretty good, actually.
I bet you're not letting anybody get through.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. He must have been like a really good student in school or something.
No.
Interesting. See, I'm kind of throwing it off right here. And I'm going to say something like, okay, so you get over the fence. How many strawberries would you eat?
About 12.
Holy shit. I could never introduce you to my mother. But, all right. Good stuff. What about the farmer?
It's a big field. He's about 4 or 5 acres on the other side. He ain't worried about me.
Not worried about him? What if he came up to you? What would you do?
Keep picking strawberries. They're not gonna care.
Yeah, okay. Cool. And then you go back and this is like a psychological thing where I come back and then you tell her, the height of the fence is your aspirations in life. And you can start saying like, wow, barbed wire, 3 feet, you must have like real hardcore like aspirations. Sometimes women will say like it's 6 feet, sometimes they'll say 6 inches. Now, you're asking her, or you're telling her that the height of it is her aspirations, and then what's behind it is the height of the fence is basically the level of the padlock on the panties. So if she says like 6 feet, it's harder to get into. She says something like 6 inches, you're good to go. And she field tested this over and over and over.
And if there's no
it's
fence
very
at all,
accurate.
then I don't know what's that.
Yeah, that totally explains you right there. Love it.
Because there are no fences on strawberry fields. Just to let you know. I grew up next to one.
And then the number of strawberries, tell her, you'll say, the number of strawberries is your sex drive. And he took 12. Again, it makes sense for this guy. Some girls will say like 3 or 4. So you're like, Some will say 20. Some will say all of them. Someone I know recently said all of them. Oh, my friend over here, Michelle.
What are you
let's
doing on the night?
Eating
Roll it
strawberries.
out. And so you can tell her that, and then you'll usually say like, is that accurate? The bigger the number, I'll usually throw in that line of like, oh, I don't know if I can introduce my mother, and then she'll always be like, oh my god, what are you talking about? And then the farmer is their view on authority. So sometimes they'll say like, I mean, you were like, I'm not even worried about him, fucking, that's cool. Some girls will say, I'd fucking shoot him. Some girls will say like,
Oh, no.
I'd offer him some strawberries. If they say that, I'll say like, are you the kind of girl that like a cop pulls you over, you'd like show them your tits or something to get out of the ticket? And they're like,
Someone's fucked him.
or that. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, man, thank you.
Sure, the farmers bring me some whipped cream.
Holy shit!
What's up, brother?
What are you doing? All right, you just you messed it up.
Oh, did I miss everything?
Oh my god, no, come in.
CJ.
We're just in the middle of it.
Let me just put this in.
Hey, Michelle, this is CJ.
Hi, CJ. Nice to meet you.
met you last time, I think.
All right.
Just happened to
Do you guys like that one?
fell out when he go by. That's good.
Yeah. I've never used that. I use the fuck, marry, kill all the time. That's a good one.
I'll lead into it. This one I like because it's like the cube,
Yeah.
but it's quicker.
Yep.
And I can
Yeah,
remember
the
it
cube's
faster.
so long drawn out.
Do you guys know the cube? Anybody not know
A
it?
little bit, but it's hard to learn.
I'm gonna do the cube next, actually.
I just remember from the, the game, whatever, yeah.
You do a
Wait a
repeat.
minute, where
Well,
is
like
this?
anything
It's
that
kind of a long one.
gets a woman to involve,
I want to belong somewhat.
yeah.
Cubes even.
Well, it involves their imagination.
Where's that one at?
It's-
What's that?
Where's that one at?
This one?
Yeah.
That's not on the site, but I'll just type it to you.
Okay.
Hey, do you wanna let me get you a chair back there.
Yeah, just tell me where it is, I'll grab it.
I need this one for the demo. Actually, if you want to just grab one of those ones by the table.
I'll grab one of those, thank you, thank you. Just use that.
All right. I'm gonna pause for a few minutes and grab one of the beers. See, it's calling my name.
Wasted
All right.
opportunities.
All right. So, has anyone never heard of the cube before?
I know the newbie. Once again, it's always me.
You want to volunteer again?
Nah, it's all right.
No. All right. Well, I'll just go through it then, unless anyone else wants to volunteer.
New volunteer.
All right.
You're in the Navy, you know what the volunteer, Navy acronym
Voluntold?
stands for?
Yeah.
No, Navy, the acronym, never again volunteer yourself.
I'm always the first to volunteer for anything. I enjoy
I'll
it.
just I'll go for
It's
that.
entertaining.
That's good.
So I'll take the girl. This is like a comfort building routine usually. If I meet her on the dance floor and then I go take her over to sit down and get to know her better. This is the part again where most guys will say like, "So where are you from?" And sometimes I'll immediately like go into the cube, and I'll say something like, "Hey, let's play a game. Have you ever been cubed?" And she's gonna say, "No." Like, what is that? And I'm gonna say, like, "Okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, and I'm gonna learn like a deep part of your personality." Again, kind of the same thing I was doing before, but this is a little different. This was made by a psychotherapist, 50 years ago or something.
You said it wasn't to pick up
No.
chicks.
Yeah, but it's been kind of adapted into psychology and pop culture, and this has gone into the community pretty big. But again, who hasn't heard of this one? Also, just one. Okay. Focus here. So I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna say something like, just be
I will.
generic with
I will.
it, so
I will.
you kind
I
of get
will.
a general idea. So I'll say something like, okay, I want you to imagine a desert, an endless desert, whatever it looks like in your mind, whatever scrolls across the screen of your mind. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Now, there's a cube there. What does it look like? How big is it? What's it made out of?
It's white and it's made out of steel.
Steel. Interesting. Okay. Now, somewhere in that panoramic, endless desert, there's a ladder. Where is it?
He's actually on the ground, facing the cube, leading up to the cube.
When I saw you at first, I think that makes sense. It's awesome. This is just fucking with her head now, right? So now I'm like, are there flowers around anywhere?
Of course there is.
What are they? Are they the same kind of flower? Or are they different? Where are they at?
I would say they are on each opposite side of the ladder.
Okay. And while I'm running this routine, I'm going to be doing another keynote test. I'm going to go into how to combine the two later. So, okay. Now, there's a horse, a female horse somewhere in your picture. Do you see it?
Oh yes.
Is it moving toward the cube or away from the cube? Can you ride it?
Yes, you can ride it, and it is going towards the cube.
Amazing. That's awesome. Hey, blow it up. Again, another compliance test.
Sorry.
She's gonna do it.
I
Right
didn't
now
know,
she's giving me, every time I do one of these and then I tell her like, hey, blow it up, and she blows it up, and she's giving me physical compliance and verbal compliance to my commands here. So now I'm saying, is there a storm anywhere in your desert?
No.
Good. That's awesome. And then I'll say, okay, in retrospect, I'm gonna take this back and you're gonna tell her, so the cube is you, your ego. So it's interesting that you said, you said it's a solid like white cube, but it's made of steel. So you must have a very like hardcore like inner soul. Did you say that's true about yourself?
Yeah.
So you're starting to get into some cold reading here. and she'll agree, and then you can kind of sit back and you'd be like, tell me about that. And then she'll run her mouth for a few minutes and tell you like, well, when I was young, I used to get treated like this, but I grew up to be blah, blah, blah. And you're like, so that's why I think I'm hardcore. And she'll start agreeing with your analysis here. And now you go into, you say, like, so your ladder, that's your aspirations in life. And it's interesting, it's leaning up against your cube, as if you're trying to find yourself. Would you say that's true? Is that where you're at in your life?
Yeah.
Right? And so you go on, then the flowers signify the person's friends. Some people have like all different kinds of flowers. Sometimes they're all over, sometimes they're the same kind of flower, like right around the cube. Like they have a small social circle of about the same kind of people. It's interesting, you said like they're right there, lined up, like your troops. You must be like a leader of men. So, anyway. I'm buttering it up right here. Now,
Trying to get some, man.
Oh, you got me all
amazing that my brother is a sailor, and when I asked, like, he's all over the world and stuff, so when I asked him where his flowers were, he's like, oh, they're everywhere, all different kinds. But then when I asked him like where his ladder was, it was just up in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, so you're kind of like just sailing around, but you don't really have any MO on your life. And he's like, whoa. Another girl, she had a dream of, she's looking to go back to California, and her ladder was facing off the edge of the pitcher into the ocean. So, cool shit. So your horse, the horse signifies their woman, or like whether, like if the horse is moving away, it's usually signaling like they're moving away from a bad relationship. If it's coming towards it, they're maybe about to get into another one. And
Not
if they
only
can
that, though,
ride it or not, it's like
Not only that though, he said a female horse. So in respects, he's talking to the female.
yeah. So for her, you have to say a male
type of
horse.
message right there that he's embedding in her circuitry to like, because when he goes back to the psychology type of aspect of it, he can easily bounce off of that and say, well, you seem like like what he said. If you're pulling closer to the cube, then you might be getting closer to a relationship or something like that. But if you're moving away, then there's something in where that you're still trying to maybe get over or forgive. Forgive is the most important thing. You have to forgive. You just have to be free and just let it go and move on and start over.
So the sex of the horse is always opposite, right?
I did that female for him, but if I was talking to a girl, I would say a male horse.
Yeah.
Naturally, she should just think of a male horse.
Just
If she says a female horse, you could be on something like that.
Well, I thought that's
your
well,
advantage.
I didn't know. I truly didn't know.
I was running.
I didn't know, and that's where I. Hey, I just learned something new.
So what would your female horse in the cube think about another male horse?
Hey,
There you go. Hey, you could even spin it off and like, oh, there's two horses there, a male and a female, and you can kind of like, which one is gonna get which one is gonna get to the cube faster? Are they gonna both walk together, or are they gonna both who's gonna want it more? Oh shit, dude! Oh my god!
right tonight.
Hey, this is history right now, man. This is history right here.
So, and then the storm is their drama or their struggles in life, and it tends to be, if it's moving toward the cube, they have maybe trouble coming toward them. If it's right over the cube, they have some kind of drama in their life. If the storm is over the ladder, that's maybe they have trouble with wherever they're trying to go in life. And if it's moving away, then they're just getting over a drama. So he said there's nothing. I was like, it's no fun. Your life is just too perfect. But usually they won't. There's been like one or two times they've said there's no storm. Usually
You're losing me over here.
Usually they'll say they'll be like it's everywhere, and then you're like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. And then you say something like, you and me, we probably, I don't think it will work out between us. It's like, what? Let's see. Everyone got that? Cube? Did anyone ever use this
You
in the
have
field?
to practice it. You have to.
How do you, do you initially do this, or is it just, I don't
I'll
think
go
you-
right into that like as soon as I sit down with them.
Right
And I'll
into
do-
a long speech like that?
See how long that lasts? That just ran my clock for 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And I can even drag it out. And I remember once I'm in comfort, once I'm sitting down with her, she's comfortable with me, I pretty much have to stay in comfort for 4 to 6 hours to close this, right? So that just ran 15 minutes on my clock out of those 4 hours.
Okay, now
Pretty much all I'm doing is is bullshitting and babysitting her until I can
Keep
get
in
her to
mind
a seduction
though,
location.
you need to build the attraction before you get into comfort. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
She won't
skip-
listen to that unless she's attracted to
You
me.
can't
So.
skip steps, okay?
This is like a C1, C2 stage.
Oh, and I can say for a fact that even if you mess up the cube and you get it totally wrong, the person you're doing it with, they'll actually want to believe what you're telling them. So they'll actually rationalize what you're saying. I screwed up badly, and it still worked.
And Ryan
Practice
ran
makes
on me
perfect.
Tuesday night,
Ryan actually ran it on you?
Yeah.
Cool. Love that.
but I rode the horse.
How did you
so-
like it?
I rode the horse.
How did you like that being, him?
I rode the
doing that on
horse, and I did on my friend, so,
She's saying it louder
Was that
than
the
God,
first
man.
huh?
Was it
You
the
must
first
be
time?
making her.
But Ryan?
Yeah.
No,
So he was practicing with you.
he was practicing.
I see.
You're a guinea pig.
Then I
Is this
confused him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
is
get
this
into this
something-
phase. Hey,
Of
will you
course.
film?
Sure.
That's like it's saying you used to have.
Do I need the plug-in, or can I just take it off? Hey Ryan,
Producer.
can I take it off the?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Can I roll actually pull that and show that? We're good. Sweet. Can I just want to get
Just trying to pick up
Get
before the finish.
maneuver areas of
I used your spin last night too.
Cool. I'm gonna go with just some, like a
horse?
couple of variations
No,
of this.
spin.
I used to spin last night.
Nice.
So remember what I was saying the other day, like she's sitting on her stool, and most likely, actually, if I can get one more volunteer, that would be cool. Anybody?
Sure.
Yes.
You'll
You'll be playing the girlfriend here.
Oh, goody. Super. Hey, baby, how you doing?
So remember what I was saying before, like there, you might find the hot bartender right back there, right? I want to get to the bartender. If I need pre-selection, I can't just walk up to the bartender and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Right? Because I look like a chump.
What are you doing?
So I can actually use these two as pawns, right, for pre-selection for the bartender. So I'm gonna say something like, I'm gonna come in here and be like, "Hey guys, did you get the fight outside? Like, hey, can I see your hands for a second? The fight outside? Come in for 2 seconds." Haha, I just stole your seat. Anyway, guys, check this out. And now I have 2 girls gaming me, and after that I can go to the bartender. Hey, what do you got going for you other than your lips, right? So that's the one. That's the just give me your hands.
And notice he's leaning back and we're kind of looking at him,
Yeah.
you know, with that.
So they look like they're gaming me instead of, if I'm talking to CJ here, I look like I'm gaming him. Hey, buddy, what's your sign? Hey.
Libra.
That's not good. You don't want that. But let's take a different situation. Not the bartender's there, but maybe this is my target, and I might want to take it right here, and I can spin her around and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Check this out." Anyway, I just wanted to come up here and flirt with you, get to know you a little better. And me and your friend like each other. You okay with that?
I don't know, maybe we should get away from my girlfriend. Come here, girlfriend. We're lesbians.
No, I love it. Then there's the other one off the wall. I can do the same thing. If she's oh shit.
Hey man, we need
You
some
could,
more. We need some more light in here, dude.
If you could lean against this thing,
I've actually got lights I
Me?
can bring for you guys.
for a minute.
Video.
I'm gonna make you dizzy by the end of this. Only 2 more spins.
Great.
So same thing. She might be sitting up against the wall.
It's good.
That's
She's sitting
that.
up there with her friends, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? Oh shit. Hey, I just needed to talk to you for a second. I came over here, right? So now, again, I have the power position. Whoever has the wall has it all. That's basically the rule. So now I'm right here. I look cooler. I can sit here and have a genuine conversation with her and whoever else she was with, right? Now, if I just meet her at the club and say she's just over there, sometimes I might just want to be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I might want to just spin around. Hold it there for a second. What I'm looking for is see how her hands are clasping over mine. That's an IOI. If she slaps it and then moves her hand back, like real quick, that's like an IOD. So she's not ready to take the bait. So you're looking for that. And if it clasps over, they'll always spin. You just spin around and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, that was pretty smooth," right? They're just gonna fly into the frame. So whenever you see that, just keep looking for that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We go to the next. Kissing gambits. Cool. All right.
Take it you're not the lipstick lesbian.
We're gonna.
That'd be
no.
more fun. At least on my end.
So we're gonna
I played rugby and there was a girls team and they're not any lipstick lesbians, at least I played rugby.
Do you want to kiss me? So I misspelled that by accident. So I'm sitting here, we're in comfort. We're talking, and there's this kiss gambit, basically, so this will bypass any form of rejection. This is one of Mystery's moves. Now, she can answer this like 5 different ways, and there's a certain response for each one. Now, if it's just straight up, like, say we're just talking, and I'm trying to phase shift into some romantic exchange, and I'm just like, we're bullshitting. And then I might be like, shh, do you want to kiss me?
Yes.
And you kiss her. She says yes, right? Now, I do that again, and I say, do you want to kiss me?
No.
Well, I didn't say you could. It just looked like you had something on your mind. Anyway, get this. There's a fight outside. And
Exactly.
so I bypass her exception.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
So do that.
Kiss test works awesome if you do it right.
Now, she might say maybe.
Maybe.
Let's find out. She's going to go in. Maybe actually means yes, so go with it. She might say not here.
I'm here.
I understand. So take her hand and move her somewhere else. Her friends might be there. She doesn't want to see. Like, okay. Back. And
You know what?
so
Hey,
not here
I
means
don't mean
yes
to-
too, but it's just.
I think
her
you
friend-
guys
her
should be
mom
over
might
there. I
there.
think you guys should be over there and do it because that's
More light?
that's
I
the
think you
most
go
that
like
is the
Ryan
most light right there,
volunteered.
dude.
That too.
Is by that TV right over there. Yeah, I think you guys should move because it's dark.
Try that.
No, you're actually darker than she was.
It'll pick up a lot
But
more
it's,
light than
uh,
what
See, you think that's a birthmark, but really I'm black. And then she might say this line. This is the only time I've encountered this one time is she asks back and she'll say like, I'll say, do you want to kiss me? And she'll say it back.
You want to kiss me?
Don't steal my lines. And then you go in for the kiss. I only encountered this one time, but
That's sort of a yes as well, huh?
Who came up with that one? The last one. Okay, because I've never heard that one.
Yeah, the last
Okay,
one.
that was a good one. Yeah.
Must be yours.
because I've done this a whole bunch of times, and they're always usually yes. But then this one girl was like, do you want to kiss me? And I'm like, don't steal my lines.
Good.
All right. That keynote test. Remember what I was talking about earlier? Like you're running the cube, but I'm also running a subtext routine. This is what usually that is. So I might be talking to her. I'm going to just go through the routine first. This is when you're talking to her. You just kind of put your hands out, and usually they'll put your hands in yours. You can test like if I squeeze, does she squeeze back? And then does she follow the way I'm going right here? If I drop down, does she drop down? I'm getting all this compliance from her, right? And after I'm done, I'm gonna throw the hands. Keep going. Because I don't want to keep conveying too much interest. I don't want to keep holding them on, because then that becomes needy behavior, right? So I'm going to use that when I'm running the cue. I'm like, so, you saw there's a horse, right? And
I wrote it.
oh, look at this. I just got defined. Anyway, so I'm going to keep going. But if she does comply, which they usually will, not like this, but just natural. So there's the horse that you see, right? Look at this.
Hands.
Damn. Playing hard to get. Wow.
Put it in front of her like this, then go down.
No contraction yet.
Anyway, check this out. So we're sitting here talking.
Hey,
Can't
you
roll
just-
with this girl.
How about just giving her kind of the verbal command, like,
Give your hand.
let me see your
Can I
hands.
see your hands? You can do that as well. Usually I can just put it out there and they'll drop them in.
What about just
Obviously
like
not
patty
everyone.
caker, because the girls always play the patty cake.
That's
Just do
coming
patty
up.
cake for 'em.
You're 4 slides ahead of me.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I'm talking to her and all of a sudden she comes in and I'm like, yeah, so my friend out there was doing this thing, right? And I'm testing, right? I'm not talking about this because it's subjects. Anyway, not so violently, but you get the idea, right? So you can run that routine while you could be bullshitting about anything, and right there you're testing for like her compliance threshold, for her emotional investment in the interaction, anything like that, right? Combinations, right? Okay, so and there's the trust test. This is where you're actually kind of talking about it. I might sit down. I usually do this after the cue, so I should be in around C2 at that time. So I'm going to say something like, didn't I see your hands? I just met you, so I want to see if I can trust you. I'm going to give you a trust test. she'll be like, what is this? So I'm gonna see like, I'm starting to test, is she going up and down, back and forth? I'm gonna be like, okay, look at my eyes, look at my lips, don't look at my ass or anything. And I'm gonna take it up like this and I'm gonna lock in. And again, I'm looking for, does she clap or not? If she goes like this and I try to like lock in and she doesn't, then I'll be like, all right, you're losing me. And then go on, because she's not gonna take the kiss. Just what I've noticed. But if she locks in, then I'm gonna be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a kisser are you?
10.
You have to prove that one, right? So going like she says 10. If she says something like 6, 8, or 9, then you can be like, let's find out. If she says I don't know, you say let's find out, right? Sometimes she'd be like I don't know. Again, let's find out. So once you're here, it's gonna work. Except for there's been 2 times where they've actually thrown my hand. I've gotten to this point where I was locked in, the eye contact was there, and then she throws my hand and says, I'm not making out with you, I don't even know you. And at that point, you're just like, you can handle it anyway. Anyway, check this out. And you just don't put any reaction on it. Just totally like, it meant nothing to me, like I'm like a ghost again, right? It just went through me and I'm just like, anyway, dude, I seen your friend over there. And then you go back to your bullshit. Cool?
I thought you were a lesbian anyways.
That one's good.
I am.
Don't knock it, Jim. Try it for a while.
Let's see here. Oh, the tension test. This is actually you saw this one on the video the other day. This is one where I'm sitting with her in the booth, and I'm gonna say like, "Let me see your hands." This is a little tension test right here. You look a little stressed out. Did you say? I think this point in your back right here is kind of. Are you an impulsive person?
Yes.
I am too. Right. So you start like doing something on her back, like, wow, the spot is really tight. You kind of just.
You do that again only on the backside, so you see where your hands are doing.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, right here? Or just acting? So I'm looking right here, I'm saying like, yeah, this spot seems like really tight on you. Can I tell? Are you an impulsive?
Yes.
Well, I am too. Cool. Let's see. Alright, so we got that one. Oh yeah, this one's fun. She hates this one. The swear words.
Hey.
Alright.
Is this the
I need to stand up here. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen this one?
Heard of it.
Nope.
This is from season 1, actually. But I went back and I wrote down and finally like learned this and it works pretty well. So this is where I'm at the point in the interaction where we're leaving. I've already got her number, whatever. I've got to take off. She's got to take off. So I'm going to say something like, "Can I see your hands?" Any other time they put their hands up, that's like an IOD. So you might want to just kind of throw them. So she gives me like that, and I'll say, "Do you believe in spells?" Of course you don't. I'm going to do one on you anyway. Cool. I'm not going to buy you a friend. So usually they're like, okay. So I'd like you to take your hands like this, and then like this. Now, let's imagine that the taller one is me, and the shorter one is you. Now, we only get a few more minutes of us together like this, because as you can see, I've got to rejoin my friends, right? So I'd like you to spread your fingers apart, like this. Soon we're going to be apart. Now, I want you to feel something. As time passes, I want you to feel the two of us getting closer, and closer, and closer. Isn't that flattering? All right, cool.
I hate this one, by the way. You did this one on me. I'm like, hell no.
That would only work on a real girly girl, young, naive.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the one the video I showed you.
Yeah.
What do you not like about that one?
I'm too smart.
Yeah, it's too, like, corny or something?
Yeah, I'm too smart. No, I've been there, done that.
Right.
That'll work on an 18 to 21-year-old, maybe.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna show you something
How do you know
later.
I'm not 21?
Well, I'd say a girl that hasn't been hit on 5,000 times in her lifetime, basically.
You know the one that I showed you, the chubby girl that I did that on.
Yeah, the
It's like-
chubby girl worked for him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you got the chubby girl.
Yeah, 'cause she doesn't get hit on a lot, because I've never hit on a chubby girl.
Thanks. Props to you.
I'm not a chubby chaser. I'm not knocking it if you are, but I'm just not for me.
Not hands like you can always play. Like,
yes.
You're like, hey, let me see your hands. And
As long as she's got the bank account to back it up on, absolutely.
You guys have all played this game before, right? Like where you're slapping hands.
Yeah, that's good.
That one's always good. You can go into that. There's the vertical one too. if you go put your hand like this, and that's where you kind of come like this.
Gunfighter.
Yeah. Or if you want to split, and I'm coming up, she may split like that. Those are really cool to get into. Sometimes you can just kind of walk up to them at the club, and you're like, hold on, let me see your hands. And just walk away. And then they'll be like, what the fuck, dude? This one, you guys can take. You ever do this one where you're like, oh, pinky love, right? You kind of just start and break into kino, but you can take it from here, and you can kind of. Some people will be like stamp it with the thumbs, or you can like double stamp with the finger and then the thumb. You can then tell them to like kiss it and blow it up at the same time. You can do like all these little games. There's this other one where I say like, hey, okay, I'm gonna put my hand like this. We're gonna play a game. Now you're gonna move up and down, and I'm gonna try to guess like how close you are. Right? Medium. Cool. You know, you can kind of do that thing. High five combos. Again, like bump the fist, and every time you like do that, you tell them like blow it up. Does she blow it up? Does she comply to what I say? Like again, once I say it starts. If I tell her to blow it up and she blows it up, she's giving me that level of compliance, all the way from give me a high five to spread your legs, baby. Right? This is all her compliance threshold. Hand hug. This one's kind of fun.
I've done that to about 15 people so far.
This
The
is
hand
great.
hug jellyfish.
You're like, hey, let me see your hand. Oh, give it a hug. Like you put the thumb around, jellyfish it out, and they're like, oh my god.
I don't remember where I got that from. Where?
From that night at Revolver with the bartender.
No, I showed it to her. I'm
Yeah,
the one that showed it to
but
her.
the girl that I had the boa on,
Is she the one that taught me
and
that?
she's like, let me see your hat, and I was like, hands off the merchandise, I don't even know you, and she's like, you're an asshole. I was like, cool, anyway, and then she came
No,
back.
that was me. I was teaching them that, but I can't remember where I got it from.
The girl, the Mexican girl that was sitting on me, and then remember after I came back and she's like, can I see your hat now? I was like, are you gonna be nice to me this time? And she's like, okay. And then she's like, she showed me the hand hug. I showed it to you, and then
Yeah,
the
that was it. I have done that like 15 times since then.
That one's
It's a fun one. It's a good one.
And then there's this one, like you could be like high five, and you tell them turn it, and you'd be like shark it out. So you're giving her just like fun little playful things to do, patty cake, like you said.
Now, can I, if you don't mind me adding something to that, half the girls that you do the thumb hug to say, okay, press it together. See her pinky? How she's hugging with the pinky also. Like 80% of the girls will do that. So when they do that, you can take that as an opportunity to kind of neg them a little bit. You can say, I told you press it together and thumb hug. And then you talk to her friend, say, you dress her up, but you can't take her anywhere. Now do it again. There you go. Good girl. Thumb hug. Feel the love. Feel the love. Jellyfish away. All right.
All right. Oh, I'm going to pause here for a second, actually. Do you want to do your spiel? We're good. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yay! Thanks, man.
I need some echo and shit. What are you saying? Alright guys, well as you can see, Ryan displayed many routines that you can use in your whole set. I like to call them sets because I mix music together and I create sets for myself. So, but anyways, I just thought I'd come by and help Ryan out here because Ryan and I we're good organizers, and we're gonna make this happen for you guys. Believe it or not, we're here for you, but we're also bettering ourselves in the whole process. But anyways, I came here with some routines that I just kind of picked out, just to kind of display what everybody's on the same page, I don't know if I need somebody at least to help me rehearse these. Anybody want to volunteer or anything like that?
I'll help you.
Okay, CJ, great, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Okay. Now, I personally, I've used these routines, but I have other ones, and like I said, there's a list of all the things, and this is what I'm this is what I'm kind of going as, but there is a routine called the horse girl opener, okay? And basically, it's like, oh shit.
Just keep going with it. We don't know you made a mistake, man. Go with it.
No, I know.
Go with it. You're Brad Pitt.
Like I said, I'm practicing just as much as you guys are.
You want to sit on a bar chair?
No, it's fine. You know,
Can I sit on a bar chair?
That's what that is.
But what I really want you guys to keep an eye on is how I approach her. Or you know, no offense, CJ, but how do I get to this space between us? And that's the most important thing you gotta look at before you open your mouth. You need to be congruent with her, parallel. You know, like I'm not in her face like this. I'm like, oh hey, you know.
God, who are you?
I'm not scaring her away. You know, I'm not doing that. You know, I walk up like this. I'll do it, and then I'm like, hey, check this out.
Oh.
Do you like horses?
Yeah, I love horses.
Okay, well, check this out. When I was in 6th grade, there was this girl who used to love horses. She used to run all around the playground for an hour straight. I can't do this, man. This is script. See, this is what I mean by script. It's because I don't know my lines, and this is what makes it even. It comes off as like girls would pick up on that like a heartbeat. But considering that, I mean, it's been a long time since I've used these.
So if you'd memorized it,
Right.
then you'd be able to display it much, much better is what you're saying.
Into your own context.
But
Yes.
since you haven't memorized it, can you just share it with us, even though
Sure.
we know that you don't have it memorized?
I would love to do that. Well, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for helping me out
Yeah,
here. Man. You know, so it's like, yeah, to run around the playground for an hour straight at lunchtime. She used to be galloping and making horse noises. We used to call her the weird horse girl, okay? She's like, what? And then she's like, yeah, so, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
so?
Well, you just look like her. You know, and that kind of, that's kind of a humorous type of neg. For one, you're kind of negging her. You guys all know what a neg is, right? Mm-hmm. You know, some sort of feature or characteristic about that you point out of notice, you know, unconscious ability that you can just kind of work off of that. Her weakness, basically. And so
But she has to be like a 9 or a 10 to throw a hard neg at her. Is that about right?
And not only that, though, you know, I mean, it doesn't work on every girl. You know, you get all different types of personalities, and so don't feel bad if it doesn't work on this particular routine doesn't work on that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep your mind open to the ability and to the power which you can do in order to create something. And this is what I mean, though. I can take this whole thing right here and twist it so profound into my own personality. This to me, I wouldn't mind even using this, you know? So check this out. Okay, first, you know, when I first saw you over there, I thought I had to come over here and see. You guys like horses?
Yes, I love horses.
Really? Well, I'll tell you, when I was in like 6th grade, you know, I met this girl that she used to, you know, every time we used to have recess, you remember recess, right? You know, when we used to go out there and play in the playground and things like that, and have social communication with amongst our friends and things like that. You know, I mean, come on now. I mean, were you social or no?
Yeah, I used to play a little.
Or did you?
What do you call that game?
Or were
Where
you
hit
like?
the ball around the pole? What is that called?
Oh, tetherball.
Yeah, I used to play that all the time.
That's a fun game, and I'll tell you. You know, I used to be the #1 champion at that. I hope.
I could kick your ass, but go ahead. What were you saying?
Uh-oh, you must be that tetherball girl that when I was in 6th grade, she used to, you know, compete with me all the time, but she'd always get her ass kicked. You're not that type of girl.
Call me tetherball girl, it's okay. What were you saying? I'm interested.
Tetherball lady.
I'm fascinated here.
It's you again. Shit. Haven't you had enough?
What do you do with this guy?
No, I mean, but you see how I just my God, you know, like that was some good shit right there. You know, a spontaneous type of improv, you know. I mean, but you get good at that. But these routines enable you to do that, enable you to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Look how I just did that. Like literally, he said I had no idea what the hell he was gonna say, but he said tetherball, and I go, and I just like, oh, you're not that tetherball lady, are you? You see, I'm congruent with her circuitry, and I'm bringing up the attraction so well. Like, I mean, she's gonna get turned on.
One thing I noticed. One thing I noticed that was interesting was the second time he tried that. I don't know if you noticed, changed his confidence posture.
There you go. Yeah,
You know
I was
what
a little nervous.
When he first started that the second time,
reading the script, I was a little nervous.
Was more confident, and that was good.
Yes, thank you for
I'm gonna
pointing that out. And
I'm gonna
things
jump
like
in
that.
on your horse girl one. Hey, I saw you sitting over here, and you look kind of familiar.
There you go. Yeah, you see, he's doing it a lot
Do you,
better.
do you like horses?
Love horses.
I gotta take off in a second with my friend, but I saw you sitting over here, and you remind me of this girl back in 6th grade. And
Why do you keep looking over there all the time?
Well, my friends are waiting for me.
Oh,
but
okay, cool.
We used to call her the horse girl, and she kind of had like a. I know she had an over. You didn't used to have braces, did you?
No, I got naturally beautiful teeth.
Sure. No,
Do you always smile like that when you meet somebody?
Well, I think it was you. I think that was you. And I just want to come over here. I used to be a real asshole back in the day. I was a bully, and I just want to come over here and apologize to you. So I'm sorry for calling you a horse girl.
Whatever.
No, it's cool, but right, so you kind of like fucking with her a little bit. I don't know if that would happen.
Okay, we seem nice now.
She would probably shake the hand, and she'd do it very like weird. And if we were there, like right there, I'm gonna take something and be like, "What's with the ring? Like, what does that mean?"
Oh, it's you know.
And I'm gonna right there. I'm changing the subject like that. The opener
It's just an opener, yes.
It's just to get that conversation started. That's the whole point.
But and see, this is what we're going to lead on to the next is an opener could just be anything. You know, it could be a direct opener. It could be an opinion opener. It could be a situational opener.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a situational opener is like, excuse me, you know what time it is? You know, this damn thing is cheap. Some shit like that. I don't know.
One of my favorite.
You play it to
openers.
your advantage. You play it to your personality. Is what we're trying to get here. You know what I'm saying? And we're not expecting you to like wake up and be professionals at this overnight. But this is what we're trying to tell you. This is how you get started. This is exactly how you get started.
Another awesome opener is like, you know, you guys probably know this, but to notice a girl's jewelry and kind of just say something about it. Like if I see jewelry that isn't gold and silver and sparkly and bright, but it's more earthy, and that kind of tells you something about the girl, that she may be more of a down-to-earth type, not into bling bling so much, but more kind of earthy and stuff like that. So I think noticing a girl's jewelry and kind of mentioning that's a good
See
thing.
what he just said right there, okay? Noticing something about her, okay? And easily you can
Besides how nice her tits are.
Yeah, you said besides your looks.
exactly besides your looks. But you want to cold read her and say like, okay, you know, I probably met 10 times better than you. What else do you got going on for yourself other than your looks? You know, people think of like, oh, okay, well this guy is,
So much.
you know, and now it's all about how you approach it because she could be like, who's this guy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because she could be doing some shit in real life too. But you know,
Keep the camera.
kind of worried.
Put the camera
Page
in the
over
middle, so it's away from both vents. The sound. If you put the camera behind you, you probably wouldn't get the sounds. You have too close to the vent.
You guys want to do another one? Does anybody else want to come up and how about I have you? why don't you read it to him? And I want to see how how everything is as far as no, get up here and
I know, but wouldn't it be the same? It's not going to be congruent because it's something I'm reading that I've never practiced.
okay. Well, just
Plus, I didn't bring my
whichever
glasses.
one you want. You can take a couple minutes to read it, to read the script, and
Or it might be interesting just to see how congruent you can be
You know,
while you're
it's
reading
a small one
with us knowing that you're doing that.
Sorry, I didn't bring my glasses either.
Okay. How many pairs of shoes do you have? Well, maybe about 20 to 30. Why?
That's actually a good question.
Why do you ask? You know, like, well, shit, you know.
That's actually a good question, because I have like 50.
What are you, a cop?
Do you want to be the girl in this one?
There was this girl who spoke a few years ago, and she had 125 pairs of shoes.
We have a girl who wears fucking high heels when she's moving.
Moving?
Yeah.
Are you the kind of girl
I
that
almost
wears high
had her
heels
before.
when
Yeah,
she's moving?
that was the girl I was going out with. No,
You know,
seriously, this girl would wear high heels when she was
You see,
moving.
that normally
We go out and camp with somebody.
guys
My
wouldn't
wife,
ask that type of question.
she's Puerto Rican.
Or, Gary, I'll tell you,
We're out
or
knocking doors, setting appointments.
I
She's
guarantee
in
you
fucking high heels
this,
out there.
and the guy would be like,
And I'll skip you.
wow,
And,
I like your
I'm
shoes.
like, Maria, you don't dress
Where'd you
like
get
that.
them at?
You know, I said,
But then she's like,
sneakers.
Yeah.
She didn't get it. She didn't get it. You know?
I almost had her lunch, but I didn't have
See,
money.
this is in a different frame.
Puerto Rican girl, huh?
This is actually opening her up.
Been there,
instead of
done that?
shutting her down. You know why? Because normally when guys just like, wow, I like your shoes. Where'd you get
Yeah,
them?
they're very
That's-
feisty.
That to
Yeah,
her,
they are.
okay, is
And they
a,
don't forgive
is
and
a
they don't
typical
forget.
question that normally 99% of guys normally ask because they're trying to find their way in order
Spanish
to
women
feel
are
some sort of
definitely
connection between the two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is a typical type of question that you
I'll tell you
get
some stories later.
from
That's why I broke up with my Mexican girlfriend after
most guys.
But it's only gonna work if she has
Yeah.
cool shoes.
I'm gonna 10 year try this.
Yeah, we'll
You're
try
right.
it.
We can
Yeah,
definitely
I-
compliment
One
on your
kid later.
shoes, but there's different ways of
Yeah, we have good shoes.
I've done
But I
that.
don't care how this goes down, we're not having
We're
sex later. You understand that, right?
Okay, I will try not to have sex with the gun.
You guys ready? Excuse me, how many pairs of shoes do you have?
Suck my dick.
There was this girl I used to work with years ago, and she had about 125 pairs of shoes. She'd bring a whole bag of shoes to work with her, and then she'd change her shoes like every half hour. But then there was this one specific pair that she would put on once a day, and she'd prance by my desk in them and do this really sexy walk. It was the weirdest thing. But we need to call her, we used to call her Sexy Shoe Girl.
Which one?
I'm trying to find out, are you Sexy Shoe Girl?
I'm okay.
Have you been stalking me all these years? Because I noticed when you came in the door, you were doing that walk.
There you
I
go.
might be.
See, I like that. I like that right there. Because you were like, excuse me, no. You were like, you know what? When I saw you over there, you were in control of that frame. Because it's like, when I saw you over there, you know, like, oh, I'm just checking with my friends real quick. I can only stay a second, blah, 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 you know. But the same type of, the delivery that, yes. And it's body language. We'll get in that in a minute. We'll get into that. We'll work on that. But, I mean, what I'm trying to point at is you directly are a leader of men, you know what I'm saying? You control both, you know? Or even when a conversation, hey, check this out, you know? See how I'm parallel with her instead of like this? Because if I kind of turn like that, then she kind of has nowhere to go, and she's going to feel like she's cornered in. So if I see like this, well, I can go that way, and she can go that way. But, well, ultimately though, she feels more comfortable. She feels more open. You're not invading her space.
Can I add on to that for a second?
Sure, anytime, brother. Jump in.
Can I grab a volunteer?
Hey, come on, we want somebody new. Come on, my guy. There you go. Come on, let's be
Stand right there. Now, let's imagine she's standing there with her girlfriend, and I walk up directly. How does that make you feel right there, right?
Yeah.
It's a hardwired
especially if you have
response.
bad breath. I mean, come on, dude.
So you have a hardwired response for that. Do you remember how that felt? How did it feel?
Intimidating. It's just right there in my face. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Get out of here.
Now, check this out.
There you go.
Move you here, and I'm sitting right here. And I'm like, check out this dude. He's like taking notes and shit. Now, I'm just as close to you as I was,
Yeah.
but how do you feel
Or
now?
even close, yeah.
That I have open space here.
Unthreatened,
Yeah,
I'm over
unthreatened.
the shoulder.
But also, it makes you feel like you two are in on a conspiracy together.
Yes. You guys are lining up.
Which is why the dinner date doesn't work, because as soon as you meet some girl, you're sitting across from them.
Yes.
you're in a chess
And that's
match.
where the
Now you're sitting here
interview
like,
play, and then it
I
dies
always make them
conversation.
sit directly next to me,
Yes.
especially
Unless
when they
you,
want
I
to
mean,
go
I'm not
inside.
saying that.
Yeah,
they-
I never knew why I wanted.
Normally
Actually,
always
why I
the
do
case,
that?
but
I'm left-handed.
I don't do that.
Oh,
I don't
that's
do that.
you
I
too.
never take a
That's
week
why
off
I
to
do
cook
that.
dinner.
And I never realized
you
that's
can go
why I
get a drink
work
at the bar and
shoulder to
Bar, we
shoulder.
can eat at the bar.
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
No, I
sitting
agree,
there
I
at the
agree.
bar,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Nothing gets
and I get bullshit, and she
Because
still has
it's always
some
been the
space.
move.
Do the shoulder to shoulder thing again.
Or
For me.
yes,
Mhm.
and you want to be different.
So I walk
You
up
wanna
like
be
this, and
different.
I come in, and I'm just like,
I have so
Hey,
many
did you see this guy over
areas to
here?
take them, dude.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I can.
No, that makes sense.
I'll throw shit
Shit,
at
less
her,
intimidating.
dude.
That's yeah.
Now-
That's just that's
I'll
so
like
stupid and so
shit,
common
man.
sense that we're
if
too
I
dumb
use
to
you
pay
one more
attention.
time. Now, I can't walk up to her directly, right? But now, if you walk up to me, now I feel that hardwired response, right? But you don't feel it, right? So, wipe that out. So now, if she's there and I need to get her closer, I can always take her hands, right? I can pull her to mine because now I'm controlling it, but she moved towards me. If I feel a little bit of reaction, it's okay because I know what I'm doing. But now I move her closer, and I can get in, right?
That makes sense.
Come on, Matt. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. I'm throwing a little pebbles.
I'm back on stage.
You're up, man. Anybody's up. Fuck.
No, I'm pretty much done. I mean,
So as far as
I was
angling,
trying to,
that's the best way.
little.
And you can do that easier too if they're sitting there and I'm going to make a C pattern. Like I'm going to keep moving on. She's sitting here. Bam, and now I'm over the shoulder.
Okay.
Hey guys, let me get an opinion on something.
Is that, even when I'm doing like day game
That's
and I'm
good.
direct,
This is
still
going
the same thing.
This is going into like body language stuff, which is a whole other meeting. But
No, that's so basic and common sense and simple that we're too stupid. We don't.
But so many guys will see her and they want to walk right up, and you'll see it if you go out tonight at the bar. You're going to see two girls sitting there. They're going to be like this and like this, enjoying their drink, and this guy will come up and he'll start talking to them right there, hovering all around their space. They may turn towards each other, and they may even listen to what he's saying, but you'll never see him like turn all the way and be like, "Oh my God, this guy is so interesting," right? Because
Unless he's hot.
he sparked up
How
every
do you
other
go with
douchebag
two,
right
though?
before him.
Doesn't even
How do you
matter.
go by two of them though if you don't go inside? I mean, the one will be jealous.
Avoid
I'll
sets
take
of
her
two
too.
like the plague for the new booty on the group.
Start talking to the least attractive one,
Yeah, or
That's what I would do.
or bring in your wing so that he can occupy
Yeah.
her and be like, "Hey,
because the
did I tell you
least
about this
attractive
thing?
one you have to win over.
I need to get this
In order
girl's
to get to
attention
the
locked
block.
out." Now she's like, if I'm the wing and I'm with her, so now I'm here with my target and I can get her. Bam! Now I have two sets instead of one 2-set, and that's the 2-set. Absolutely, right?
You know, even
But I still don't want to come up here and try to blah blah blah. You'll see every guy doing this. Like the whole row will be all women at the bar, and you'll see like one guy trying to
not only that though,
like he's a fucking court
holding his
jester and
drink.
shit.
Sorry about that. He's holding his drink like this. That means they're like, not only he's talking to them right up in their face, but that's a signal of he's closing off communication.
The body rock, and I've heard that comment a couple
The
times.
body rock. You know,
Do the body rock.
That's
That's if
Hearing that, I'm
that's if
assuming I know what it is because it just rocks back and forth.
let your
How
body.
does that
like-
work?
You know,
I'm talking to him, but it's as if the girl. Most guys will, as soon as they start talking, they're like, "Fuck, this is my son, the center of my universe," and I want to let her know that I have something more important
Yeah.
over here. So I'm like, "Yeah, man, hey, cheers, what's going on? You guys are fucking cool." Anyway, like this.
Yeah, I can only stay
So
second.
actually, so you're pretending you're
We're actually
gonna
having a guy's night
see
out,
if she's
so
got interest.
it's technically I shouldn't even be
Non-verbal
talking to you
false
right now.
demonstration.
You know.
remember when I was sitting down? Remember when I was sitting
I just
down
wanna
up
get your
there and I
opinion on
said, "Why are
something
you
real
looking
quick."
over there?"
Yeah.
He was body rocking. Remember
He
when
was then you were doing that way too much.
he was
I would
talking
have
to me?
pushed
He was
your
doing it
ass
a lot.
away because you body rocked at least 6 times when you were talking to him.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
let you guys see what's
Okay, so
going on.
that's body rocking.
and he's also trying to show that he's
Pretending
not
that
too
you're
much
doing it,
interested
but-
in him.
What I'll do usually
You have
is
to show a time bridge.
Time constraint.
Time
Constraint, time bridge.
what I'll usually do if I'm talking to her, even if I'm at dinner with her, I'm gonna let my eyes glaze a little bit, whatever she's talking about, it might be the most interesting thing. She might be totally connected. I'm still gonna let my eyes glaze over and look as if there's something more interesting over there. Because every rock star does this, like, because there's always something. The grass is always greener, right? So she's talking, and I'm just kind of like, and then I'll come back, boom. So I always let her know, like, I'm number one. I got other shit in my life than you. I got 19 other offers on the table. It's like, so I want you to value your time with me, right? I want to convey that to her. I don't know how to tell her that directly because then I'm like an asshole, right?
How many would be a rule of thumb for the body rock? Just like maybe 3 times.
What?
Real quick.
Whatever you're comfortable. Don't go crazy with it. I don't mean keep doing this.
I now know 6 is way too many.
I've done.
I'm just saying.
That's good. Good observation. Sometimes I may even walk like 5 feet. I'll be like, you guys, check this out. You know, I might do that like one
That's
time.
really not showing. They should start walking.
I just want to let them know, like, I could leave anytime, right? Because you know when you say you were sitting on the bus stop, right? And some guy sits down right next to you. The first thing you're thinking is, okay, when the fuck is this guy gonna get out of here? But if he just sits down for a second, it's like, hey, I need to bum a cigarette. I gotta get back to my friend in a second. But then you're like, okay, this guy's gonna leave. Here you go.
It serves two purposes. You show lack of interest, but also shows her that you're not going to stick around and help her.
And
Well,
that's
it's giving
why,
her opening, making her feel more comfortable,
and
because she can
truthfully, that's
walk
why
away and leave or
it's-
something.
it's a lot easier to
You're not
game.
all up in her grill.
it's a lot easier to game when you have a wingman than by yourself.
It's
because
basically a
when you
physical
go by
false
yourself,
time
you
constraint. That's
you
what a
lower
body
value,
rock is.
Lower value.
Because you got a verbal false time constraint. Hey, I got to get back to my buddies in a minute. But that's a body rock's just a physical time false time constraint. Because you're like, oh yeah, so
CJ has a really good one. Like he'll be in set, and in the middle of his sentence, like the girl will just be talking, he just taps on the shoulder. He's like, you know what? I got an appointment at the urinal. I got to disappear from here, and he's gone. Like, he'll do a physical false time constraint. He'll just fucking leave, right?
I'd giggle my ass off.
You do this?
No,
right here, man.
If you're not hooking
You don't
her,
say anything.
As soon as there's a lull in conversation, that's when he'll drop that.
No,
I'm just
actually,
assuming. That's good.
if you get a kind of a high moment where she's feeling really good, like laughing at something you have to say, that's actually a good opportunity to say, I have to disappear for a minute. Matter of fact, I don't even like to tell them I'm going to the bathroom. I like to say, hey, I got to disappear for a minute. I'll see you in a bit. If you leave her at a moment of a high, then she's going to look forward to seeing you come back to her.
Maxim, a while back magazine.
And that would be when you would go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That would be like an opportunity to also go and talk to another girl and get something set up there. And then, you could either like merge backward, right? Bring the girl to the previous girl, say, hey, let me introduce somebody real cool. And then you're basically kind of the host of the party, introducing 2 cool chicks to each other, and you're like the main dude. But generally, if you're going to leave, I think you should leave on kind of a high note, because that way she's like missing you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you guys have any questions or anything?
always leave them wanting more.
Absolutely.
That reminds me of the Seinfeld with George Costanza at meetings. Just, he's always leaving on a high note.
Okay, your questions for me? Ask him. He's asked me like 3 or 4 questions, and I'm the newbie in the group.
No, I was just asking you about I was asking him about like, because I just tell him I saw this girl at Walmart, and she's got some eye contact and stuff, and I don't know, I didn't really talk to her. That's about it. I was just like, well, I got eye contact. I was walking down the aisle, she was looking at me, she looked away, and then when she passed by me, she looked directly at me. She was just staring. So I figured it looked to me like she probably liked me.
So you got an IOI without even.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, an indication of interest without even looking at it, without even talking to it. So a good idea in that scenario, I would say, is to always have an opener that would work in any situation, because that way, when you run across that nice opportunity of a chick IOIing you without you even talking to her, then you'll have something instantly to open her with. So always have one opener in your pocket that can work just about anywhere, Even if it's, hey, do you know where the closest Starbucks is? Do you know where the closest Radio Shack is? I got to buy a battery for my thing or whatever.
You can say
better than what I told you.
Yeah. even high could be your default. Like my back pocket opener, my favorite one, actually, August and I, the other organizer, we made this one, is you just ask them, you turn around and you be like, hey guys, if you had your own island, what would be the first thing you would do on it? And it's... So, I'll say that, and it's such an intriguing question.
Just having fun, right? I mean,
and they're just like, I tan nude, and then I can be like, hey, you and me might get along. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to feed out curtains or anything, right? IOI, IOD.
Here's kind of what I told him when he first asked me. You know, normally when a chick's giving me a green light, or as you say, IO, whatever you say.
Indication of interest.
Yeah, I call it a green light. Normally when I see that once or twice, then I'll actually approach something. And what I told him to do, you know, if I'm in the store at Walmart, look at her cart. When you're getting close to her, look at her cart, and she has whatever she has in there. Ask her something about it. You know, if it's something, you know, like you're buying that for your son, if it's a toy, well, then maybe she has a young boy, and you might not want to tap that because if you don't do girls with kids, or, you know, maybe she has the pens. That means maybe here's what the thing with the pens. She has the pens because this has actually happened to me. The woman had the pens, and the reason why, her mother is now living with her. I'm not getting into anything with mom living at home.
Can I get a buddy picture?
Worst case.
No, wait, let me get it right. Here's my line from last night.
I think I
want to fuck you.
She's at home more often. Mom's not going to be probably paying attention. So
Look in her cart and kind of see what it is. But if she checks me out once, I'll never go after her. I'm at least 2 to 3 before I will approach it or IOI it.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting what he's saying, which is, I think, an awesome idea, because it's the same thing as looking at a woman's jewelry. Basically, what you're doing is what he's doing is
reading what she has.
Get in the
She's telling you what
mode.
to
Yeah,
do.
get in the mode that he's describing right now. The mode is what is happening around her that you can like connect with her on.
Yeah, or use situational.
And if you can't, there may not be an opportunity for that. In that case, always have one opener in your pocket. But I think that was
Yeah, you always look for a woman has the pens in her bag. That's all.
What a rubber should
She has rubbers in her. I'm skipping that one, brother.
Why?
I'll leave her for you. Not interested in that, man. Not interested in that. Not into the hose. Okay, I am practice.
What's your gut?
I'm into the hose. I like the Madonna hikes.
He was asking, can I throw you on the bus again? I'm not throwing you on the bus, it's a question. If you have that question, what else? He was asking me how I bounce them immediately to another place. You know, because these guys are into getting a phone number and trying to get a first date, second date, third date, fourth date.
You want to do it right away,
time.
kind of.
To me, it's a complete waste of time. But I understand the logic and the reasoning behind it. I immediately bounce them to another location immediately. I try to close on her right then, right there at that spot. And I have better luck doing that.
You mean bounce her and then close on that spot?
Say he's calling me Chevron because I met this hottie at Chevron. I'll immediately try to take her from Chevron to a restaurant, a bar, to a house.
I still got my name.
Any place.
And I'm
and everyone else is saying just get her phone number, call her later.
Yeah, but how many times do you get a good with your two?
I don't want to get her phone number and call her the next day because I don't want that 24-hour period for her to change her mind. If you can keep your game going and going and going for a few hours, I have a chance of hitting that. If I get it the next 3 or 4 or 5, 6 hours. So he's asking how to do that. I don't know, not explaining that, but depending on where I'm at. You know, if it's at breakfast, if I'm at Starbucks, which I never go to Starbucks in my life.
Well, there's always a McDonald's and a Walmart. You can bounce her there.
Well, I'd like to know a couple of methods you use, because I'm interested in what you're saying right now. I think it makes a lot of sense.
It just depends on her. I don't ask for phone numbers.
I mean, have you done it a couple times?
Yeah.
Can you like?
That's why he calls me Chevron. Because I go to Chevron, I've got my dick. I had it like 12 times. I got played 3 times. And how I've got the girls at places like that, I see them checking me out.
Right.
You know, because I have an expedition. I got these big old glass. And if I'm like this, you can see the girl coming in.
Right.
You know, because girls won't do it when you're seen. They're really discreet about when they're checking them out. So if I walk to the other side of my car and I look again and I get her at an angle, she checked me out twice. Okay, she does that a 3rd time, I just go up to her. I just spoke to her. Direct. I'm the direct one. I saw you check me out. And kind of see what she says. And depending on her response, that's where I agree.
And what kind of responses do you tend to get?
No, I wasn't. Yes, I was. Sometimes they laugh. Sometimes they giggle. Sometimes, what are you talking about?
Right.
One said it wasn't me.
You'll fall.
That was the best one. It wasn't me.
So what'd you say?
Here's your ghost.
I don't remember what I said, but that was good. She's all, it wasn't me. I didn't really have shit to say. It wasn't me. I don't remember what I said. But I normally will just, I confront him,
I think it's powerful. I love
It's okay. It's also okay to touch with me. To kind of, what you guys are calling the keynote. Just to get them to start touching.
No, I think.
Because if you can get a woman you don't know, just to touch her.
Yo.
Oh, to get her to touch.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, just get her to touch you.
Those are more chips than I've ever seen, dude. I know. I copied and pasted chips every time. Yo.
We were having some cheese enchiladas.
Do you need
And I
this
asked
on
these
there?
funny people that you got over here.
So you can see. Hey, do you guys have any questions for from a female perspective?
Oh, yay! Feel free.
She's been dying to give.
I've been trying to give advice. Feel free.
I love that idea.
Question. When someone's talking, they look like they're, like you're saying, if they look like they have something better, is that insult? Is that insulted, or what do you call that?
Are you talking to me?
Like when you're talking, like you said, though, and someone's like looking, hey, I see this, they're not paying attention. Would you be insulted on that, or what would you feel? Would that
Okay,
make
so
you
you're talking to me.
Yeah, and then
And you're looking past me?
yeah. You know, I'm talking to you, and then say, look at past you, look like I'm a little,
Yeah, I'd be insulted.
okay.
Because you need to hold eye contact. I'd be pissed off.
Hold on. But then you were saying, though, that you should, like, walk away. You know, you could do that thing where you
To an
look
extent.
past.
Show some indifference, right?
I think.
It's like, I always find it annoying when you're talking to girls and they all of a sudden they look like they're, you know,
Yeah.
why are you bugging, why are you talking to me? I should be somewhere, let's find someone more interesting to talk to.
I like the idea of instead of the looking off is just the body rock. I like that better
You know why they do
myself.
that?
Yeah.
Because the body rock is not that you're looking for someone more than her. The body rock is you're just looking to see where your friends
When
are.
girls
Okay.
go
I
out,
like that a little better
when
myself.
girls go, especially at night.
Yeah.
Okay, when girls go out at night, okay, they know that they're gonna get hit on. They know they're gonna get approached. They know this.
I agree with that.
Before before they even go out. Before they even call up the girl to what they're
Part
doing.
of the plan, everyone, yes, go ahead.
That's why the day game.
You got
It's a better game.
further than what I was going
Yeah,
to, but
I know when
yeah.
I put my underwear on, I'm gonna get it on. Got it.
So,
I have a question.
you already know that's going to be the case, okay? When you first approach a woman, she's gonna have a shield up. She's gonna have some sort of protection of herself, her identity, her independence. You know what I'm saying? That this is who I am, and I'm not going to get suckered by 100 million guys that are gonna go. Whoever's gonna approach me. You know what I'm saying? You get all kinds of different people.
That's why I do the day game.
It's us. It's us
Why do you do that, Jason?
that separate ourselves from the pack.
It's
And
5,000%
leaders
easier
of
for me.
one.
You know, I'm probably about a 93%
lead
during
this
the
generation
day.
into a whole new
At night,
blossom,
I'm
wonderful.
7%.
What the ta-ta?
Because their guard's
You
not.
know, it's,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's the thing.
The bitch
The bitch
shield,
guard.
yeah, we like to call
My
it.
bitch shield.
The bitch shield, yeah.
My
What do you
bitch
want to
shield.
call it?
You know
Just
what?
during the day in my everyday
She
life
could be
is when I
so beautiful. She could be
hit,
so
hit,
great.
hit. I
If
don't
you just
do any night
stick
game.
around and you play
Actually,
the
that's why I'm
cards
here
right.
to
If you
learn
play it right, she will slowly
Well, let's talk to you about
bring
day
you
game.
down. And
That's
she's
interesting to me.
not only she's fucking hot, but she's gonna rock your world, dude. She's going to rock your world. Because I tell you, girls like that, they
I
are,
love that.
they keep a lot of things inside themselves. But when they're ready to let it out, you have no fucking idea what you're getting into.
You're gonna throw your ass up against the wall.
Why is
Over
it so
that shit,
hard?
though, that-
You know,
That's why I wait. That's why I wait.
when I'm hitting up, when I'm trying
Because
to.
I know there's somebody out there for me.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You know
There's
what?
2 girls
I
there
enjoy
versus say
We got a
4 or
bunch of
5 girls.
conversations
Let's
going on.
make
No,
it happen.
yeah.
Let's win together.
Can we do one conversation at a time, possible? I don't know. There's a lot of people talking right now.
stereo.
Question,
Who's up?
from when I hit on girls, if there's a set of 2 girls, I'm really not likely to go and approach them. For some reason, it's really challenging for me to get 2 girls, and I would think with just 2 girls, it'd be a lot easier for me. But I prefer if there's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 100, just to go in.
Because it's easier.
Well, I think that
Yeah.
is.
You have
Why-
more of a pick.
Why is it when there's 2, it seems like they want to, they combine forces against you. But if there's like 3 of them or 4 of them, you can go in there and kind of weed one off from the herd. So
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
if-
very
okay.
intimidated in going and get sets of 2. And here's why I want to learn how to get sets of 2s. Because the vast majority of all the women that I see, there's
Set of 2.
twos. There's very few 3s, 4s, and
Okay.
5s.
Let me give you an example. Okay? Me, my girlfriend Claudia. She's my cock blocker. Okay? She will cock block everything that approaches me. Because it's fun for her. Maybe not be fun for me. Fun for her.
That's why you want to focus on winning over the cock block before you focus on the one that you want. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Plus,
Like-
it also shows disinterest in.
Actually, since we're doing routines, I'll share a routine with you guys that I like as far as dealing with the cock block.
Awesome, let's hear it.
Let's
I'll-
hear it. Come over.
I'll be like,
The lioness one?
yes.
Nice.
I'll be like, let's say I'm talking to the one that, that I like. I'm talking to her, and all of a sudden from the bathroom, the other girl comes out, and she's like, all of a sudden on the defensive, she's like, hey, let's go, saying to her girlfriend or something like that.
Happens all the time.
Yes. I'll look at her, and I'll say, wow, you have a very interesting energy about you. You're kind of the lioness in your group, aren't you? You're like the one that kind of protects the cubs, makes sure everybody's having a good time, makes sure the jerks aren't coming up and hitting on your girlfriends and stuff like that. That's you, isn't it? And usually they'll be like, well, yeah, that is me. I'll say, I freaking love that. I think that's an awesome energy. Come here, give me a hug. I'll give her a hug. And then by doing that, you've just kind of made yourself more acceptable into that pack. And then you can shoot the breeze a little bit more with her if you want. One good thing about that is actually the more time you spend with her, the more the one you like is actually gaining a little more attraction for you, because she's like, why the fuck is he ignoring me? I'm the hot one here. As a matter of fact, I told you about my first virgin ever. Remember, Ryan?
There's virgins out there? Wow.
I had my first
He found
virgin
one,
ever.
dude.
My first virgin ever. I was talking to her. She was pretty darn young, because I'm 45 years old. But she was at a bar, and she was slightly underage. And I just sat down, and she kind of started talking
Isn't
to
that a
me.
great feeling to pick those nice fresh cherries?
Wow.
It was nice for me. But let me tell you the story. Because this is an actual example of me pulling this one off.
Stop making me laugh. I gotta hold this
So
straight,
I'm
dude.
talking to the girl. She's asking me how to play blackjack. I'm at the bar, whatever. And she goes, well, how old are you? And I said, I'm 40, when in reality I'm 45. But generally I don't like
Always
to
lie about your age. I
Yeah,
agree.
actually I don't like to lie. I'm trying to work on not making lying part of my game. It's not something I really want to do. I'm just being honest with you. But so I'm talking to her, and turns out she's like frickin' 19 years old, and I don't know how she's sitting at this bar not getting carded, whatever. But I'm talking to her, and then she goes, well, maybe you would be more interested in my mom. The girl next to her is her mom. This girl's from Mexico, by the way. And I go, oh, okay. I got up, I took her chair, and I moved it backwards. And then I reached over to her mom, and I showed her a magic trick. And I started talking to her mom a little bit. And I was just totally focusing on her mom, showed her this little magic trick, conversating with her. And all of a sudden, this one here goes, hey, I'm feeling kind of left out here. And I go, oh, you are? Okay, well, come here, come back. And I pulled her back over. And things changed. From the moment that she said, maybe you should be more interested in my mom, and then I did that, and I started ignoring her, things changed. She...
Mother-daughter conflict, competition.
Yeah, mother-daughter, I don't think it would matter if it's a mother or not. It's just, this is how things work. If you spend time with the cock block or whatever, and you ignore the target, there's going to be some kind of attraction built by doing that. So then she came back in, and I chatted with her a little bit. I was kind of working on my game, and I was talking to her like this. I didn't have my body turned like this. Once again, this is about body language. I was like this, and I'm kind of talking over, oh yeah, blah, 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 whatever. And then she starts talking to me, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, something like, what are we going to do? I ended up getting to take her home. This is an unusual situation, but this night just was one of those nights that worked out beautifully. But that's an example of, that's how to kind of work out the cock block. Thank you. Blow that one up is what I'm talking about.
Let me rewind. Now, when you say that lioness thing, like for me and my demeanor, my personality, say I'm the bitch. Yeah, I am the lioness. Get the fuck out of here. What do you do there?
Because when you're trying to compliment the lioness, I mean, if you're saying she's,
What would I do to that?
Yeah, if you're saying she's a top lion in the group,
Yeah.
I would just assume if that's true, what you're saying is true, she's top dog.
Right.
That top dog is going to protect her flock. Same thing.
Right.
That top dog is going to push. They're going to push you out.
Yeah.
What happens when they push you out? How do you go around that? Because he's pretty good about
I understand,
sidestepping
yeah.
them.
I've
'Cause
never-
that's exactly what I would assume they do. They're gonna.
They're gonna try and cock block.
I've never seen
are you
him.
gonna-
I've never
But
seen
you
him
know,
go.
like you just play to their.
I've never seen him go that extreme. But to me, if they went that extreme,
It's not
I think what I would do.
You know
is,
why? Though?
I'd run.
I might go one moment further. Style, if you guys are familiar with Style, he made a rule for himself. I'm going to go 20% further than I'm comfortable with. And I think it's very important for us in life and in this game to always try to push through barriers. Now, if she said that to me, yeah, my instinct would be like that.
Well, I'm
But
assuming
here's
that's what
I'm
I would
thinking.
get. So what would we
Here's
say?
what I'm thinking. She would look at me and say that, and I might just stand back and look at her for a second. You really are a strong woman. I just freaking love that energy. But you know what? I'm going to respect what you're saying, and I'm going to get out of here. But before I do, let me ask you one question, and then ask you. And if it doesn't work, let it flow off you like you're the fucking. Another concept that I'm working on right now that I kind of believe in is a man should be like an ocean liner, like the biggest ocean liner out there. Emotions, female emotions, should be like water. Sometimes they're calm, and when they're calm, we flow through them, right? Sometimes they're like that chick right there. They're like fucking a little tidal wave-ish thing coming up at you. But guess what? If the boat's big enough, a tidal wave-ish thing, you move like this. It's like the concept of water off a duck's back. If you react to her like she affected you, then she won. So you could either deal back the way I did. I think that's one way of dealing with it. And the other way of dealing with it, when she says blah, 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 fuck, or whatever, is just to like totally ignore it. Because if you say something back to her like, you fucking bitch, right? You actually lost, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Because anytime you let a woman push your buttons, I believe you've lost. So 2 ways you could do. The number one thing that I did a second ago, or the number two things is she goes blah, 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 and I say, you know what, sweetheart? It was such a pleasure meeting you. You have a great night. Give us a kiss. And then just go. And totally ignore what she said. Those are the 2 ways I would think to try to deal with that situation. Yeah.
One guy's basically just let the girl talk until she says fuck off, basically.
But one way to get away from, like if there's going to be a cock blocker there, okay, for me.
Cock blocker, I like that. That's a good one.
For
I
me.
write that one down. Cock blocker.
We always carry our cock blockers. It's all good.
No, if there was another guy there that was trying to it's like, okay, man, it's cool, In the beginning, if you would have played your cards right, you would have been the superior man that stood out from everybody. So even if he says something to kind of he's a cock blocker, you still have that masculinity. It's like, no, I'm a leader. This is who I am. You're not going to say shit. And she's going to recognize, she's going to smell that. She's like, oh my God, he's not some guy, walk off like that and, some guy just kind of told me. It's not going to happen like that. So.
And one other thing that I've been thinking about lately as another way of maybe dealing with that, there's another example in my head. I'm not going to do it though. Another thing that I think is a good idea on how to deal with that. Some girl says, "Yes, I am the male lioness. Fuck off," or whatever. Is just go like this to her. Just go. I know you're better than that. And go.
That's good.
Yeah. And go. Because by doing that, you've had the last word. You have not had your buttons pushed. You've acted like a leader. And you walk away with kind of the last word, but without being an asshole.
Right.
So I actually like that line.
I hear some hesitation. I just want to hear that.
That's a good response.
The reason that I don't like that, okay? I drive a Yukon. I can fix it. I can build a house. You know what? I don't need a man to do that. So I want you to step up.
So you say you want me to do what I said the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say sorry.
Ultimately,
I'd say sorry about
you
your
know
bad
what,
luck,
guys?
walk
Listen to
away.
this.
I would say you're fucking hilarious.
You guys get
You know?
this.
See?
Get this.
That's
Well,
what I would
see,
say.
bitch?
Yep.
Because you know what?
Blow it up.
That's what I would want.
That's what I'd say. I'd say you're so fucking hilarious. It's unbelievable. I said, how'd you guys?
Yeah. Because
How does she
I
roll
would hang with you.
Yeah?
I would hang with you. If you could come over and say, you know what, bitch? Fix my
Check
garbage
this out.
disposal. I'd be okay with that. Because I'd be like, yes, I fixed my own. I built my last house. And if you can step up to a strong woman like me, then more props.
Actually, I totally agree. I like his response better than mine.
I've done that before too. You know,
I
I
do.
say like "fuck off." I'm like, man, you are fucking hilarious. I said,
Yeah,
"Hey, how'd
guys.
you get your fucking, you know?"
Because you're keeping a positive state.
Yeah,
So I
you're not
actually
letting them
love
get
your
down.
answer better than
Right.
mine. I do.
Yeah.
Guys, I have something to share with you. What I feel, okay, for a woman's standards is the last relationship that she was in, you either have to be better than that or you have to equal that. Other than that, she's not going to have any fucking wanting to do with you.
And most of the time, you can be better than her
Now,
relationship.
and I'm telling you, you
No,
got-
all the time.
now,
Most of the time,
the type
yes.
of women that I like to go for is very tough. It's very, very tough. And I'm not just saying like, you know, don't give up, don't quit, you know, this and that, because I haven't quit. I'm still going because I know I'm like this close.
But remember that concept by Neil Strauss, man. When you've reached your limit and you're about to give up, like you just said, you wanted me to keep going.
Step up.
And the way he did it was to just continue your positive flow. I think that was awesome.
Then I'd add something like, you know, how do you roll with this girl? She's
Yeah,
fucking
which is
awesome,
great.
you know, and then high
Yeah.
five them. You know?
This is where
And then that's where we would go.
You guys would
another
flip the
level.
switch going.
I'd be
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
bitch, get in my trap. Let's go four-wheeling.
this is where your inner
Sorry.
game plays the most important role. You know, you have to be real. You have to come off as a person that is confident. He's got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you know, getting your shit together is being responsible, doing the right things. You know, every woman is looking for that type of attribute in a guy. But you know, there's 7 different attributes that a woman actually looks for. Okay, one is social intuition. The other one is attraction. The other one is comfort. The other one is wealth, health, congruence, pre-selection. I mean, there's 7 of them, but I don't know if I got all.
Hey, you memorized 5 out of 7.
Here's a simple.
But you know what? But I go off of my own material. So, like, if you want to go off the mystery method, I can go off of that too. Okay, pre-selection, leader of men, willingness to walk away. Come on, help me out. Yeah, it is kind of funny.
Here's a good way to look at it. I asked this question about a lot of the women, you know, kind of what they're looking for.
Man,
Yeah, even though I'm not
this is why
interested
I
in a
don't like to
relationship.
drink before.
The easiest way to sum it up, and I heard this over and over, they want security. One word, security.
Security, okay.
And that'll sum up everything you were trying to say. They
No,
want security,
no,
mentally,
not all that-
physically, and
no.
financially. Women
I'm gonna have
that
to
I'd get them,
disagree.
they
No.
want security.
No.
What is your take
Okay,
on
let me
that?
ask you this. Hold on. Excuse
No,
me, I wanna-
that's the one I hear all the
Let
time.
me
They
ask
want
you this,
security
okay?
from a man. Can he provide? Can
Is
he be a
it
good
is a
father?
woman looking for a lover or a provider?
I work
Yeah,
with
well,
you for
that's
lovers.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
need a
saying.
provider. I provide for my. I'm a financial
Exactly.
banker.
Thank you very
I own
much.
my own
Thank you
home.
very much.
I own my own
Is a
car.
woman is looking for a lover.
I want a
She's
lover.
looking for the man
I
that's
don't
going
know.
to stick
All
out.
the ones I run, they want security.
I
They
don't need
want.
security. I make my own money.
It has nothing to do with
Because
making
a
money.
man-
Though. They want to know a man can take care of them. Has nothing. Has zero to do with
I
finances.
don't need a man
She
to take
wants
care of me.
both, basically.
I
That's
think
why
there's
like
different
it.
I
women
don't
who
agree
want
with
different
that.
things.
I think we want both. But if you can't step up in the bedroom, guess what? You're rolling.
They're rolling.
Because my sex drive is higher than most men.
I'm
And most,
intimidated.
and most high caliber women, they have a high sex drive. You know, she picked a lot of cherries or strawberries.
I ate them all. And I wrote-
Strawberries, yeah.
I ate
You're doing
I
strawberry
ate
field
them all,
over
and I
there.
Ate all the
wrote them.
strawberries.
Strawberry field that has no fence around
She's
it.
got a lot. She's got a huge sex drive.
I do. And I'm not ashamed of it. And when you meet that girl, that's who you
You
want.
see what I mean? You see what I mean? When she.
Can I say something
You
about
see
what?
what I mean? Did you see what I mean by that though? Okay?
No,
a woman of that high caliber, she has her shield up, and when she opens up, it is like she has a sex drive that she would possibly like, oh my god, where did I?
Can I say something
you
about
guys
what-
are both taking that the
And I
incorrect
can't-
way. You're thinking monetary.
May I interpret
Yeah.
what you were
No, I'm
Go
saying?
ahead. But it has nothing to do with finances. Zero.
May I
Go ahead.
interpret
But
what?
I work in finance.
You guys, hold on one second. Can I just get an interpretation of what I think he's actually saying?
Okay?
I think that women are definitely looking for some type of leadership.
Most
Women
women.
are attracted sexually and every other way to a man who will lead a situation.
80% of us.
And I think that kind of relates to what you're talking about as far as providing, because we provide, you know, when we show that we're real men who can lead them into pleasure, you know, lead them into new thoughts and things like that, you know.
That should be secondary.
I will agree
Should be
with you.
secondary.
Most women want that.
Yeah, but what I mean by
guarantee you,
security.
what do you think is the first
time
question
out,
that they
time out
ask?
for a
though?
second.
What do you think is the first question they ask?
What I mean by security,
What
I'm
do you
trying
do
to
for a
put
living?
everything he was trying to say together in just one word. You put everything that's a female's looking for a lifelong partner. That's a one word. If you can only think of just one word for a lifelong partner, so a woman's going to want. That's what they want for one word. See, what you're thinking about is something a little different. And what you're thinking is a little different.
No, man,
For
no.
lifelong.
I look at the big picture.
Wait, I get a really good way of separating this, right?
If you're looking at security, I'm not looking at security.
Guys, I got a really good way of separating
I
this
am
out
a
right now.
provider, and I'll tell you that.
Let me share this with you. I got a really good way of separating this out. That's fascinating what you just said because it's so true. But here's
I
the
agree.
deal. Would you agree with this? You have women who are looking for two kinds of men. There's the kind of men that a lot of women want to marry, who will do what they want them to do. That's the case where they're looking for the provider. But guess what? That's not the man they want to blow.
Exactly.
Then you have the man. Then you have the man who they are looking for to rock their world. And I'm actually thinking that these are two different separate things. Women are looking for the provider who's not necessarily who's actually going to kind of do what they say a little bit, this, that, and the
That's
other.
why
The provider.
I want to be the man. that is
And then men want the other guy
That is
who's
both.
going to give it to them good, who's not going to necessarily provide this, that, and the other.
That's why
but
you
gonna
need
give
to
it
be the
to them
man that is both. A
And-
lover and a provider.
And so we don't want to necessarily be the one that they want to marry. I don't think, right? I mean, if that's not where we're at, I'm not there right now. You know, we want to end up being both, actually.
Yes.
We want to end up being
We want to
both.
change you from the lover to the provider.
Yeah, that is exactly what women want to do. Change us from the lover to the provider. But if we do not get into that frame of being the provider, guess what?
We're
They're going to
walking.
want us.
We're going to walk.
But you'll end up losing.
No, you're not.
Because that
You're telling me
that love attraction.
You're telling me that if a guy
dissipates.
does not fit into your mold, because most of
We've
the
all been there.
think about this, most of the guys that women want to marry, wouldn't you agree? They tend to be the guy that will pay for these things, will do this, will do for that in general.
A little bit of a pussy. Yes.
But thank you. But the guy that says, "Well, sweetheart, I'm sorry, I'm not that pussy," isn't that the guy you
That's
get
the
wet
guy I'm going to
for?
throw up against the wall.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's the guy you
And
get
if
wet
that's the guy
for.
who's looking for that, then that's all right for him.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all
The
good.
bottom line is girls want to have fun. That's it. That's it. That's
Thank
the-
you. I'm going to the gym twice a day.
He's got a
Do
question.
not have
Not a
fun.
question, just a comment. David D'Angelo discusses this in Attraction is Not a Choice in his ebook.
Of course.
Something like 10% of children in marriages out there are not children of the father that the woman is married to, because she has slept around on the provider
right.
to go out with the bad boy lover. So true.
Because in our society, a lot of people that end up getting married, especially young, are the guys that's game is kind of weak. It's okay with them to do what she wants. It's okay with them to pay for her stuff. It's okay with them to stay home with the kids while she goes out. And that is the antithesis to what we are trying to become. Right?
No, I'm trying to become the opposite of that.
That's what I said, the antithesis.
Because I was once like that, and I've learned. From
Yeah, I think we've all been a little bit
Of
like
course,
that.
that's what I meant. We've all.
And isn't that what we're here
That's
for?
what I
To
said.
get
We've
out
all
of
been
that
there.
mold and be the men we were meant to be, isn't it?
Exactly.
What
You
we're
know,
here
and ultimately, like I said before, you know, it's a powerful force if you have both on your side.
I agree. You want to end up you know, being
If
able
you're
to
both,
be the
you're
full
gonna fuck
complete
us
man.
royally. We won't know what the fuck happened.
Thank you. No better word said right there.
It's about to get down. Make it roll on.
She knows what she's talking about.
Hey, so Rich, what'd you like about your boot camp? What was your final thought? Are you still doing it?
The boot camp?
Yeah. Still going?
Are you done, man, or what?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, let's give him a round of
Nice,
applause.
man.
Hey, congratulations, man. I'm actually happy for you.
Was it a good boot
like
camp?
He's got a good success story.
See what happened?
bring each other closer to each other.
We folks are ahead of us.
When I first started, like all guys, I had a lot of problems. But every day we learned something new.
Practice.
And that night we went out and we worked on that one thing that we felt we had to work on. So the first night, my approach is usually burnout because I come in with so much high energy and all these jokes.
I like the way you think.
And I said you would burn out. So that first day, they taught me to slow down, actually have the girl talk to me. So that first night, I got the phone number closed. The girl's name was BB, because I actually stopped and really focused on having her talk to me. The second night, I was having like an anxiety attack. I couldn't talk to anyone. I was basically having a hard time. And they finally calmed me down. They gave me a little trick where you stop gaming, you just walk up to people and you give them a little compliment. You don't even bother getting their name or anything. You just tell them, hey, nice shirt. I like your dress. Hey, nice hair. After that, I got really comfortable again, and once again, I got into some more sets, and I actually talked to some really cool chicks that night. So that brought me back. The third night, we actually went to the pool, the Towel Beach pool, and my anxiety hit me again, and I couldn't talk to anyone. So they said, you know what? We have a cabana. What we want you to do is get some girls, take them back to the cabana, and don't even ask them. Just grab them and take them. So like, no way. There's no way this is gonna work. They said, yeah, you can do it. Do it. So, all right, I'm gonna go do it. So I walked up to a girl, grabbed her hand, and said, come on. We have a cabana. And I just pulled her along. She didn't want to go. But I said, hey, we got drinks, we're going to have a great time. And I was like smiling, having a good time. And lo and behold, she followed me. So I pulled her back to the cabana. We talked for a little bit. And then she left. I said, all right, go out and get some more girls. All right. So I go out and I grab this one girl again and I grab her. I said, come on, let's go to the cabana. And she's like, oh, no, I don't want to go. And I saw her friends were there. So I talked to their friends, got them all excited about the cabana. Like, all right, let's go. It turned out to be a set of 8 girls. So I grabbed I said, who's the leader? And everyone looked at the girl that's the leader of the group. I said, you, come with me. I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed her friend's hand, so I had a chain of 8 girls walking towards the cabana.
Talk about
And this
social
place
proof.
just-
I have alcohol, I have 8 bitches.
And you had like all these dudes just watching me walk by, these 8 girls, like a chain going to the cabana. After we got to the cabana, we went to the pool, and I actually isolated one of the girls, but I couldn't escalate. I just couldn't pull the trigger. So that was my next sticking point for the next day. It's all right, your sticking point is you can't escalate. So this is what you want to do. When you walk into the club, I want you to just manhandle every girl you see. Right? So, all right. So I went in there. It was that towel again. Go in there. I'm just saying, hi, how you doing? You know, rubbing girls, shaking hands, hugging them. And I really got comfortable just grabbing people. And I managed to talk to another girl.
I'm registered as a sex offender today.
I managed to get, my wingman actually was getting laid, right? Because he found a girl, and they took off. And I had to wing for him, so I had to stay with her friend, who was in a relationship. But they kept on telling me, they said, you better get a makeout tonight, right? You're gonna get a makeout tonight. All right, so I went in, I kept on working on her. She said, no, I don't want to get in my relationship, I can't do this. And of course my instructor's like, get a freaking makeout. So I sugar coated a lot of stuff. And she warmed up to me, and I finally got the makeout. But I couldn't get her to leave the club with me. So it's all right. That's your next sticking point. You're not direct enough, right? You need to get some dominance. So I said, so tomorrow when you get your fashion makeover.
So $95 shirt.
Yeah. So the fashion consultant, she was telling me, oh, you're such a great guy. You know, I see you in set, and you always get the girls to really like you, but you're lacking the initiative to just go for it. So she picked out this shirt for me, really cool shirt, like $95. Like, I don't know. She's like, this shirt's gonna get you laid. Buy the shirt, right? So like, all right. So I bought the shirt. We go to Carnival Court, and I'm walking around doing my thing. We're just talking to people, and I finally see this redhead. Anyone knows I have this weakness for redheads. So I saw this redhead. I said, oh, that's her. And she gave me this look. I guess the shirt really made me noticeable, because I saw that she said, wow, this guy is hot. So I just walked up to her, I grabbed her, we started making out, and then after that, I bounced out of the club with her 4 friends. And on the way out, I knew that I had to make friends with her friends. They call it logistics. So I was really, really getting friendly with the girls, and they loved me. So after that, they said, oh, let's go back to the hotel. So the girls, they left me and my date alone. They all went up to the room upstairs. This is at the Venetian. They had a room upstairs. All the girls went to that room, and they left me and my date with the room to ourselves. So that was one of those things where every single day in boot camp, you find out what you're lacking or what you can't do, and then you just go outside your comfort zone. I mean, way out your comfort zone, and you just do something.
How much did that cost, if you don't mind me asking?
For that deal, it was $2,100.
Okay.
And it's 10 days of just field. It's 13 hours a day, but it's more than 13 because you can stay after hours, which at 2 a.m., I was going to bed at like 4, 5 in the morning.
So
bring that shirt so we can check it out.
Do you have a picture of the shirt?
Man, bring the shirt.
No, I don't have it.
So
I can bring the shirt.
Bring the shirt, man. Hold it up for us, man.
has anybody else been to a boot camp? I'd like to know of any really good boot camps. Huh?
Yeah, I went to Jugglers.
How's Juggler's boot camp? Is it a good one?
It was a good one. Yeah, it was good. It was more. Well, actually, it was cool. I was the only one who showed up. So
Is it similar to his? Lots of action, lots of pushing yourself.
There was the more the instruction, and then you go out.
Okay.
A lot of it's common sense. It's not the routines, but it's very good.
Did you heard how they were really pushing him?
Yeah.
Like they saw a problem, then they pushed him through it.
Mm-hmm.
Did Juggler do that pretty well?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was one of his city guys, but
okay.
But yeah, they did that. They push you through it. They make you go through it. They basically join you because it was cool. I had the opportunity.
You went through it too, or what?
No, Jugglers.
Is that real expensive, Jugglers?
It was like $1,500.
Okay.
For a weekend though, only 3 days.
Hey, I got a fabulous idea for you. You know, this is what I've been creating in my own personal life to benefit you guys and give some value to, and it's a whole lot cheaper. And I don't have any prices or anything like that. But what I want to do is I want to do a day seminar workshop. Okay, I'm inviting you guys to my house, and basically I'm going to have a set structure of acceleration to get you started, in the field. And I'm gonna hit you with some great shit. Ryan offered to help me out in this whole process, but I mean, I want to create a whole day, and I'll even cook you guys lunch. I'll throw on the barbecue. We'll have a day of workshop, seminar type of real shit. Like I have topics that we were going to discuss that is going to blow your mind. But not only that, though, there are very important key elements that you need to know. Okay, other than what we've been explaining up here, because up here is only just not even. I'm pretty much bald, but not even what we have to offer you guys, and that's exactly what I'm saying here, and it's a one day, so I'm not charging you $2,000. I'm not charging you not even $300, maybe $300, because I'm trying to work on after hours, night time, so we can go out and we can practice our shit. You know what I'm saying? That we went over. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maybe get a booth, table and bottle service, so we can easily do things that we need to do in order to everybody.
And how do we find out about the date of that and so forth?
We put it on the
I'm
website.
working on it.
I'll be on your
On the
website.
work site, and like I said, just my time, my energy, and my knowledge of what I'm presenting you, and welcoming you to my personal home. I mean, it's kind of a big step, this and that, but
It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be like maybe in another month or so, because we're still kind of setting it up. But it's gonna be like be something like we'll come in the morning, registration,
and
then I'm gonna do like
I'm talking.
something on the back.
It's an acceleration. Okay, it's an acceleration. Okay, even if you newcomers that are just getting on board, it's an acceleration to know what to do in any type of situation. Then you can learn off of that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to charge you like a ridiculous amount of money that I can just teach you, to get an acceleration start just in one day. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole point, is what I'm trying to make.
And that'll be posted on on Ryan's website then. Ryan, you were going to say a good workshop to go to? Were you going to mention one a minute ago? A good what do you call that again that you went to?
Boot camp.
A good boot camp to go to? Were you about to recommend one?
No, I was just talking about what we're gonna do at his place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
He's built like his whole backyard with a crazy koi pond. Like in the morning, we're gonna
Oh, okay.
say you'll register like 8:30 to 9:30 and whatever. Then we'll do some meditation.
I have a lot of material.
inner game kind of seminar. We're gonna do like a little light stretch.
And see,
like
this is
go off
where
on
this is where we're
morning
going to
routine,
get.
and then
Oh, okay.
we're gonna branch off into maybe one room will be where he'll take you and do straight body language
Approaching.
lecture, and I might
Approaching.
do something.
We're
in another
gonna
room.
focus on approaching. We're gonna focus on body language. We're gonna focus on specific type of topics that you need to know in this game that you want to play. Okay, obviously, you know what I'm saying. But in an acceleration type of format, to where it's gonna take you. This is just we're just a briefing. This is basically what we're just trying to let you know, because you guys are not familiar of what we do, okay? And we're just getting you kind of connected with our group, with our community as one, because we want to ultimately help each and every one of you people out here, and not only you guys are helping me out as well to find out more about you. You know what I'm saying?
You never learn more than when you teach someone.
Exactly. Thank you very much. And so this is why, okay, like I'm seriously like, I met a few of you guys last week, you know what I'm saying? And I felt a little connection, like I felt a little a passion with this group right here. And so I'm actually welcoming you into my home to influence you. And like I said, we're going to bring a great presentation. Like we're going to have registration. We're going to have a set schedule for you guys to follow. And then ultimately, hopefully, I'm going to try and make some connections to where I can maybe get later on in the night a booth or a table to where we can have also to where we can have that status. We need status now. We need to be powerful. We need to go out guns blazing these motherfuckers.
I had a question. I had a bottle service
AK-47.
once, and this guy brought this girl, bachelorette party, and they drank all their fucking alcohol, and we're out of there like in 2 hours. That's the problem I had when you bring them back there. How do you do that? I mean, just common sense or what? I mean, it's like I didn't do it. Luckily, I probably.
You know what? I can even do this for you guys. Check this out, okay? I can fucking book a room, okay? Either at the Palazzo or Green Valley Ranch or Red Rock or anything like that for like 4 nights, 5 days for like $300. I swear to God, I can do that. I swear to you on that. I can do that. If you guys want to do something like that,
I'd love to do something like that.
because then we'll have a room, and then we'll also get fucking bottle service if you want to do I'm trying, like I said, I'm not here to rip people off, and that's the thing, okay? I'm throwing ideas at you, so the price is obviously going to have to go up.
I'd like to go.
I'm not trying to,
kind of place.
I can't, and that's the thing. I've been in business for 13 years. I know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing, and I'm very fair in my prices.
Let me change the station a little bit. You know how he was mentioning he was going out touching girls? Okay, the statue in Clark County. He's touching girls. The statue here in Clark. I got a degree in criminal law in California, but last time I was in a street fight was because of that. I was at the Mandalay Bay in the Center Bar, and this guy was doing touch ass when I was married at the time, and he was doing a little touch ass with some of the other women. And I used to box. I was a licensed fighter in California. I've been fighting for about 20 years. I'm very comfortable boxing. This guy was doing the touch ass, and all he did was touch her. He's registered today as a sex offender.
Yeah, but
I beat.
You're going to extremes here.
I know. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
Pat a chick on the shoulder.
Here's what he was doing. He was a drunk motherfucker from
What
Long
does this have
Beach.
to do with that?
I know. I'm just letting you know. If you want to go and be touch ass,
What I want to know from you
in
guys'
Nevada,
opinions,
molestation.
are you guys
is just
okay with
touching.
that? Are
And
you guys
registered
down to do
sex
something like that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I would be.
Because I don't want to waste my time if you guys are not interested. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot more other
finances right now, but if I have the money that.
No, I understand, and cash up front, like at the door, would be the best way. To
I can do it.
So I mean, that's what I want cash. I mean, I can even make up an invoice, a receipt if you want, something like that. But I prefer cash at the door. Ultimately, I don't like to use credit cards because that kind of gets. I don't know.
You a DJ?
Yes, I do.
Where clubs do you work at?
Not any clubs yet, brother, but I have a passion. I'm about to make it happen. I'll tell you that because I got I'm even thinking about starting a whole DJ school, but I'm just keeping it silent for now. Like I said, I'm a creative man. So is this guy, man. I'll tell you, video and this guy, video, bro.
Imagine start doing porn on the side.
We are gonna do porn, man. Relax.
At his house, I talked to him. I'm gonna.
There's a lot of women that don't honor and respect
One step
themselves.
at a
Jump
time,
in.
right? One step at a time, okay? You need to, once you work on something, you need to master it, and then you can kind of put it in orbit around you, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna put this to a close unless there's anything else. Got any questions or anything?
Is it reading?
Let's make this. Let's see the.
But are you guys interested in something like that? Is what I want to say?
I'd be if I have finances.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Put the project together. Get an idea.
yes,
Yeah.
depending on what I can offer as far as value is depending on the price.
Yeah,
And that's why I didn't want to say
yeah.
anything. I just wanted to get you guys' feedback on it. If you guys were really considering an acceleration type of day of just structure. Like, I'm talking like your game will be 10 times better than what it is right now. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that with effect. So please, just bear with us. We are going to make something happen, and I do have the place to have it. So it's going to work out. It's going to work out.
I'm gonna drop these.
So just, I hope you guys just follow me, and we'll make it happen, man. We'll make it happen.
Assume you're going out tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think you. Maybe you would. I don't know. Dress like that just to. For us.
Just for you guys.
She got a shift at Wendy's.
Oh,
No.
fuck, I'm a financial background. You should have Wendy's.
You got a bigger dick than me too.